are open now, or we can start to هلا going live on YouTube.
Okay, so welcome everyone. Welcome first to our jury members, and thank you for taking the time to be with us today. It is really like of great honor to have such a great group of jury members. وكنت عم أقول إنه يمكن من حسنات هذا الوضع إنه عم نقدر نكون عنا بالجوري أشخاص wherever they are now in the world. So I'll briefly introduce our jury members. We have one of our main supporters. You are all of amazing support for us. بس من الأشخاص اللي كمان كانوا مأمنين فينا من البداية رامي أبو جودة من بريتك. So we're happy. He's Deputy General Manager, and we're happy to have you on board. ربيع كان معنا من the inception phase, from the first meetings, from the idea itself of Tripoli Entrepreneurs Club. ربيع ضناوي, he's our ambassadors always, and now officially our ambassador in Riyadh for Startup Corridor, and he's the marketing and vendor relationship manager at Zira Telecom. Also, we have on board Dina Hallab, also from our community, and an angel investor with the Lebanese Women Angel Fund and I Am Capital Fund. We also want to welcome and thank Amira Murad for her continuous support and for being always our like representative as for governmental partners. Welcome also for Ghada Khouri, a senior investment officer with Alfanar, who have a impact investment fund. We will be sharing with you the detailed profiles of our jury members so you can know more about them. We want also to welcome and thank our own community member, Tariq Isa, CEO of SMG Agency, and Fawzi Rahal, the Managing Director of Flat 6 Labs, whom we are really proud to have always on board with us during the journey of our startups. So welcome everyone, and a great welcome also to all the startups here on board. We want to thank them for their dedication and support, and also for their energy, because مثل ما كان عم بيقول رامي إنه منيح إنه حلو إنه it's exciting إنه عنا event happening, some positivity, some energy. بس عن جد we got this energy from them. So we're happy to be able to have been able to organize this. They have been through a lot. It's one of the most challenging cohorts journeys. So it was supposed to end since October at Tripoli Startup Forum, but as you all know, things have been delayed for a while, and then for the lockdown purposes, it has been postponed until further notice. But their commitment and dedication عن جد شجعونا لحتى نضل مكفيين and just adapt to whatever we have on hand. بالنهاية, this is what startups are about, being solution oriented, being resourceful, being proactive, and this is why we decided to just make it happen. And we're happy to have everyone on board. So we have an additional jury member who just joined us as well. But for some reason, his name is showing as Fadi Miati. And Abdullah, are you there? Abdullah Bakhash?
Yeah, I'm here. Hey, guys. You hear me? Oh, yeah, my name is Fadi Miqati for some reason. Oh, because I joined using Fadi's link. He sent me his link.
And he is also one of our community members. So I want to just briefly introduce what we're doing today. So this is the final pitching for Startup Seeds program.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Abdullah.
Hi,
I think
hi, Najwa.
there are some issues with the internet. We can't hear you well.
Hello.
Not really.
Do you hear me at all, or I'm cutting off?
I can hear you quite well.
Yeah, hi. كيفك? How's it going? I guess it's just Najwa.
Yes, I thought it was you. It turned out to be me. Yeah. Okay. So, but why is your name Fadi Miati showing? Fadi
I had trouble logging in, and so
Okay.
Fadi sent me an email. So I guess I'm
Okay.
imposing as Fadi. I'm taking over as Fadi.
Yeah, I thought there was a bug from my window.
And there's a third Fadi comment, so we have to meet him.
Lots of Fadis. So hi Abdullah, and welcome on board.
Thank you.
And also we have Danielle with us. Hello, Danielle. We thought you're gonna miss it. Also, Danielle is on board as jury member.
Hello, everyone.
He's the Deputy Country Director of CARE Lebanon. Welcome, Danielle. So I was briefly introducing Startup Seeds. It's a pre-acceleration program. So we start from the very early stage, from the idea stage with hackathons and ideations. And then we select a group of startups for intensive training, a 5 days bootcamp. After this, we start the actual incubation phase. So for this round, 2019, we selected 13 startups. 8 of them are pitching today. They have been through a tough journey. It was a much longer program than expected because we had to delay the final notice, like the final pitch, for multiple times. So, but we're very proud of the finalists who will be pitching today. Through their dedication, they achieved a leap, and they gave us lots of energy, and we hope they will take it forward as well. I want also to take this chance to thank all our team members as well, especially Farah here and Rami. Thank you for making this happen, the whole program and the event today. And of course, our mentors and trainers who have really worked hard with the participants to make them reach this phase. This program, Startup Seeds, is part of a bigger consortium and efforts to support young persons, young individuals in Tripoli to be economically independent, a part of Nawat Consortium, which is constituted of 4 main partners, Tripoli Entrepreneurs Club, Shift Social Innovation Hub, Rawad al-Tanmiya, and of course, CARE Lebanon. And this project has been going on for more than 2 years now, funded by BMZ. So, and we thank all of our partners as well, the community partners and knowledge partners. And we hope you enjoy this event, and we hope it leaves you more hopeful and more inspired. And now I leave it to Farah to introduce the agenda. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, sorry. Hi, it's Farah. I'm gonna share with you my screen so to manage better. Okay, so. One point. Okay, here we go. Okay, so thank you, Najwa, for your welcoming note. I'm gonna start briefly by talking about Startup Seeds, our program, the journey that all the startups here today, our finalists, can part see, and they passed through all the phases. And then I'm gonna explain shway about the engagement rules to keep the process more in a better control. The typical agenda of how the process will go is one startup will pitch, and on 4 minutes to pitch. We will receive questions from the judges. Typically, we 2 or 3 questions in 5 minutes. And then 1 minute for scoring. As a حدا من the judges did not receive the form or doesn't have access for it, kindly let me know to send it to you privately via chat. And then we're gonna leave 10 minutes Q&A for the attendees. And after this راح يكون في عنا winners announcement on spot. Four winners will have prizes. I'm gonna move to okay. So startup seats for journey. نجوى عرفت شوي عن البروجرام قبل بس I'm gonna go quickly over it. It's our pre-acceleration program, as all of you just heard from Najwa. It is mainly composed of 5 phases: ideation workshops, bootcamp, mentorship. Usually triple startup forum, but بهيدي الأوضاع we are having the pitching festival online. And then the four teams that راح ياخدوا grants, they're going to receive business support from TEC. For this round, Startup Seeds 4, we had 5 ideations. كل واحدة منهم had a different theme, and we have تقريبا on average 110 participants per ideations. Okay, next phase بعد بنفس مع ideation بيكون في interviews and selection and preparation for the bootcamp. The bootcamp is a 5 days intensive training. For this bootcamp هيدي السنة كان في عنا أكثر من 18 training sessions, 6 team building activities and working sessions. أول ما بلشنا بالbootcamp, there were 35 participants and 24 ideas selected for the bootcamp. بعد هيدي الstage, 15 out of the 24 were selected for the mentorship phase, and here you can see them. Out of the 15, our finalists today رح يكونوا these 8, as كمان Najwa mentioned before, and you're gonna have the chance to meet them all and to listen to their investment pitch. Okay. We're gonna start with Visionarity, DNI, Hard Defender, Tap and Learn, Lineup, Enercode, Click Shipping, Camrec. As I said, بالعادة بيكون في triple startup forum, بس بهذه الأوضاع we are sticking to online, which is very good and encouraging أكيد. And at the end of the event, we're going to announce 4 winners. For Startup Seed 3 يلي كان last year بال 2018, our top 2 winners كانوا Clean2O and Juna. And currently, they were accepted for an accelerator Flat 6 Lab مع فوزي. And they both received up to 100K investment, and they are currently working with Flat 6 Labs. So that's it for the program. What I want to share with you هلا شوية best to clarify the process how it will go. لكن رح نبلش مع Visionarity. اوكي يلي رح يصير هو 5 رح يكون في 4 minutes for the startup to pitch, 5 minutes for the questions from the judges, and 1 minute for scoring. نحن we are now هلا through webinar, Zoom webinar. So في عنا كل الناس اللي قادرين يفتحوا فيديو هني بس the participants يلي هني judges, startups, our mentors and our partners. So you can meet them. في عنا كمان attendees رح يكونوا هني هلا عم يحضروا, and they can engage with us by the chat. So إذا في عندكم as attendees أي questions, you can use the ask a question button, and in the break we're gonna go back and try to ask the most frequently asked questions. I'm gonna ask you please to rename yourself from the chat. Just the startup, put your startup name near your name, and the judges come in. So we can directly chat to each other إذا حدا عنده أي سؤال تاني. So مثلا عمر مرعي, please حد اسمك your startup name, and نفس الشيء for example Amira, just put letter G or judge so we can recognize the jury members and the startups. Okay. And for the question, for the 5 minutes questions, please use the raise your hand so we can easily pick 2 or 3 questions to move on. Since we're شوي limited by time and we cannot exceed it very much, بس أكيد we'll be able to respond all your questions via private chats أو بعد الevent. And that's it for my side. We can officially now start with our startups. Do you have any concerns قبل ما نبلش? Something that I missed or you'd like to ask about? All is good? Okay, تمام. Salima, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. But, I will turn off the camera كرمال ما يعلق connection.
Okay.
Okay, لأنه can you hear me very well?
Yes, سامعينك كتير منيح. Okay. So you have 4 minutes for pitching, تمام?
تمام. يلا I'm
Okay.
ready.
يلا, the screen is yours.
So hello everyone. This is Salima, founder of Visionarity. Do you remember that friend who was with you in high school, in university, and who was so passionate about music, always playing in gigs and dreaming to one day become a full-time musician? 10 years later, you just met that friend on the street and you discovered that he has a full-time job. And you just ask, what happened? And he just say, we were not being found. Talent agencies take a very high commission rate and they have a frustrated exclusivity. In addition to that, and as per our survey with different seekers in Dubai and Lebanon, such as KG Production, Al Sabah Production, event planners, restaurant owners, and agencies, they have difficulties in finding genuine talents around, and usually they use the word of mouth. In addition to that, they have difficulties in finding outstanding shows for affordable prices. So we've created Visionarity. It's an online platform that connects between the talented artist with the world of entertainment and show business by using a judging system, recommendation system, and artist classification. This is our product demo. So we have two categories of artists. We have the performing art and the visual art. I'm gonna show you now our prototype. So please have a look. First, when the talent sign in, a portfolio should be filled from his side that include description, prices, hashtags, images, and videos. When the seeker going to register, the page will show the full portfolio of the talents with the chat button, the booking, and the requested order, and the dates. And this is the page where you can see all the talents with the search and filter button that will organize the classification. For example, if the seeker is searching for an actor with specific requirements, he just put hashtags and it will be classified. Our market size is $30 million in Lebanon, $3.3 billion in the MENA region, and $60 billion worldwide. We will take 15% on every transaction. Of course, we have direct and indirect competitors such as Mixed Fame, Dubai Talent, The Fridge, Mobstar. Visionarity is different from the other competitors regarding the features, business model, and the social impact that we'll be creating. For our market strategy, we will have artist partnerships, events, dual posting tools, and artist seeker partnerships. We are looking for 100K to reach 276,000 transactions in order to turn it into $17 million in the next 5 years. Visionarity is a passion-driven platform that will be creating opportunities, increasing artist income, creating opportunities also for disabled artists, and focusing on poor and the behind the curtains talents. Our progress to date, our MVP is done. We did as validation 30 transactions, such as festivals, weddings, events. Our company is now registered in Dubai. We have 300 artists on board from Lebanon, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, and USA. And we have 80 interested clients between Lebanon and Dubai, such as Le Méridien Hotel, La Munia Hotel, Miramar, and WTC. Our achievement, we've been recognized in Al Bayan newspaper in Dubai and in Magnet, and we've been selected with 20 other startups to be a creative economy disruptive idea. I'm so delighted to have as a team Maria Ogde, marketing manager, Maya Masrani, graphic designer, Anas Hussaini, software engineer, and myself, Salima Al-Ayy. Embrace your talent and pursue it. You believe. Can you hear me? Embrace your talent and pursue it. You won't believe what you can accomplish. Thank you.
Thank you, Salima.
Can you hear me?
That was great. Thank you. So, Judy, feel free to raise your hand if you have any question. Tariq?
Yes. Aya, can you please, Salima, was it Salima? Can you please expand more on what makes you different from competitors? You went a bit fast on this, but I'd like to hear a bit more about this.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Visionarity is different from the other competitors. Can you see the screen?
Salima, can you reshare your screen, please?
Yeah. Okay, so Visionarity is different from the other competitors regarding the features كلهم. In addition to that, we have diversity of talents, we have judging system, we have a recommendation system, and we will have later on AI regarding artist classification. For example, some of other competitors doesn't have all the portfolio regarding the prices, regarding the requested order, regarding images, video. So we are different in our diversity because when we did our survey and asked many clients, so we just saw that the pain is regarding agencies. The agencies, they have a big pain when finding diversity and quality of artists, and they usually use the word of mouth. So they need such a platform that have this diversity of artists that include all the portfolios, the prices, the chat button, and the booking button. In addition to that, we have a social impact that we will be focusing on disabled artists, and we have now on board like 20 disabled artists on board.
Okay, thank you, Salima. Did that answer is good enough for you, Tariq? Did you get your answer?
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Okay, great. Any other questions for Salima?
I have a question.
Okay, go on.
So Salima, I noticed that in your go-to-market strategy, you mentioned that part of your plan is to partner with events or shows like Voice Kids and so on, right?
Yeah.
So what reason will they have to choose you over your competition? Because that in itself is a success. You know what I mean? Like if you reach a point where Voice Kids would want to partner with your startup, that in itself is achievement. So how will you get there? In other words, like it sounds as if your success is depending on your success. So can you address that, please?
Yes, it depends on our judging system that we have, that we will be choosing just the genuine talents. As I mentioned before, we talk with Al Sabah group, if you know it, that they do مسلسلات Ramadan, Nadine Jam, etc. And they usually the directors have this problem. Usually when they go to find artists or actors or anything, they just use the word of mouth. You know, هيدا بيعرف هيدا بيعرف هيدا. In addition to that, I've talked with The Voice, I've talked with Ali Jaber, okay, and they show interest about such a platform because it's a need. For example, I want to give you just an example. Usually agencies, okay, take a very high commission rate. When an event planner want, for example, a musician, they go to agencies that already have a big price and they took a lot from the artist. And the event planner will hire the price again. And for example, the bride will just pay a lot of money when she wants to take the artist or she wants to book the artist. So when you directly go to such a platform, you will directly find an affordable price. خلص يعني ما في حدا زايد عليه. Okay. So and they need such a platform that has diversity of artists. So we have actors on board, we have casting opportunities on board, we have musicians on board, we have painters on board, even we have the people that do handmaids. So we're between the e-commerce and giving services.
Okay.
to create opportunities. And we have also a social impact. This is very important also.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Abdullah, for your questions. Our last two questions, Fawzi, you want to go?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to try to quickly get that question
Okay.
through. Have you done any numbers, or have you looked at your unit economics, and can you share any with us? How much does it cost to acquire a customer? What is the average transaction value on your platform? How many users do you expect to do these transactions in a period of time? I know I heard $17 million in 5 years, but it wasn't really justified in terms of how you get to that.
Yes, I can share with you later on all my financial plan. Okay, but our transaction average is $63 per service. Okay, and we are aiming to do 276,000 transactions over the next 5 years. When we did our validation in the market, in 1 month we did like, you can say in just 1 month we did 30 transactions in just 1 month, and really we created opportunities to talents. So I have my detailed financial plan. I can share it with you, and already I think it is with Flat 6 Labs, because already I've been selected, and we've been attending some training with you. So if you want, I can share it again with you.
No, there's no need. I just wanted you to share your unit economics with the audience, Mashakta.
Okay, so I answered your questions? Your question?
That's good enough.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great, thank you, Fawzi. Last question from Daniel.
مرحبا سليمة, يعطيك العافية. Quick question for me. The music business is has a kind of a political economy around it. It's quite a hard industry to get into. Have you done any contextual analysis on that?
Any analysis for? I didn't hear you, sorry.
Have you done any contextual analysis around the different players in the business, or the hidden players in this industry?
Of course. Even we've talked, or we did interview with our competitors that are agencies, because some people usually trust agencies more than they trust the platforms. So we did and go to many agencies and have this interview with them. And even our competitors, they are very interested to join such a platform, to take artists from us to deal with other hotels, restaurants, event planners. So yes, we did meetings with agencies, with hotels, with restaurants, with even businesses, because maybe some businesses, they need us for gala dinners. Even we've talked with Dubai World Trade Center, and they are very interested in such a platform, because usually already they use the word of mouth, and they talk to agencies, and they get a very high price. So yes, I've done many interviews, and we did our survey.
Did you get your answer, Daniel?
Yes, I think she cut off. شكرا سليمة, يعطيك العافية.
Okay, thank you, Salima. Okay, our next team will be the NI, Adnan and Muhammad. Unmute yourself, Adnan, please. Adnan, unmute yourself.
Hi everyone, do you hear me? Do you hear me now? Hi. I can't hear nobody, don't know why.
We hear you, Adnan, we hear you.
Okay, great.
Let's wait a few seconds for the scoring to happen. Just prepare meanwhile. Farah, you are muted if you are saying something.
I was saying نفس الشيء, إنه عدنان prepare PowerPoint بينات ما للجudges يكونوا
Okay.
they scored سليمة. Refresh. Okay. order on chat or they have to score in
They are there. I'm doing it.
Is this all automatically or until fresh?
لا automatically.
Okay. Lina, we're still waiting for your answer. Okay, Tamam, we're good to go. Adnan, the screen is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I'm Adnan, co-founder of DNI. Let me introduce you to my friend Imad. Imad is a 40-year-old man, and he has always tried to eat healthy food and to adopt a healthy lifestyle. One day, Imad decided to make some medical lab analysis just to check up. Unfortunately, his result shows that he has diabetes type 2, and some marks of getting a cardiovascular disease. Poor Imad was wondering why, and he told his doctors that he was always following a healthy diet. Actually, the real cause was present in his own gene. Genetics plays a huge part in defining who we are. We born, live, and die holding those same gene. Those genes regulate all our body function, including macro and micronutrient metabolism. DNI is offering a personalized DNA test, as medicine is evolving to be more personalized in the future, and where in the near future, we will have a drug that fits each patient. Our genetic test will provide a personalized DNA analysis, and all information will be shared with an easy through a mobile application. Thereafter, DNI will offer a follow-up for each consumer with a personalized diet that fits his own gene. How it works? It's just a saliva. Ordering the test, you will receive the kit. Provide your saliva sample from home, send it back to our lab, where all the magic will happen. And within a week, and through our application, you will unlock some of your DNA secrets. As a price tag, if we take in consideration some tests done at the dietitian clinic, we can see the vitamin D test cost around 70K Lebanese pound, the lipid profile test around 120 Lebanese pound, average dietitian consultation, it's around 50K Lebanese pound, and the body mass analysis will cost around 100K Lebanese pound. They are all a basic test that are developed, has been years and years. The client have to do all these tests in order to proceed with his diet. What we are offering the test, the nutrigenomic test, only at 150K Lebanese pound. At the first 2 years, DNI will adopt a B2C approach where we will sell our Nutri-test. And at the same time, we are gonna work on the R&D for the next test, where we're gonna be shift to the B2B approach. Our team at DNI is now working on DNA analysis test designed to predict some genetic disease and information that you can't imagine its importance for both individuals and insurance company. In parallel to the nitrogenomic test, DNI is also collaborating with clinical diagnostics lab as consultant, especially now in the era of COVID-19. Until now, DNI has generated 20 million Lebanese pound, and we are expecting 100 million in the end of the summer. Our real revenue is not our 100 million, but better understand the market to perfect our go-to-market strategy with the minimal risk and to offer the ultimate user experience. Where dietitians are very adapted to the market needs, they cannot offer the same personalized experience that DNA does. Market leaders as 23andMe and others are offering a same personalized experience as us, but they are lacking the market adaptation. As a milestone, until today, DNI has sold more than 100 tests as a soft launching. Our laboratory is now established with the cutting-edge technology. We started the R&D for the next test, and we are collaborating with 2 genomic centers in Italy and in China, which called AB Analytica and BGI. Now, DNI is giving you the opportunity for 10% of share within an investment of $100,000. This investment would help DNI to increase his lab follow capacity from 4 tests per day to 50 tests per day and decrease the prime cost of tests. This investment will allow us also to start an accreditation procedure, which will increase the trust on our product, and also to build a website to start a small marketing campaign. I am Adnan Halabi, CEO and co-founder of DNI. With my partner, Mohammed Hadla, we are both a PhD holder in the field of genetic and molecular biology, with more than 10 years experience in the field of genetic analysis in Lebanon and in Europe. Now, it's time to understand ourselves more, that we will fear less. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Adnan. Okay, we will start by Ghada.
Hi, Adnan. Thank you. I'm curious to hear more about your target audience. You gave a very good overview of competition. So who's your target audience? And also, there are some services, and I want to know if this comparison, if you would consider them competitors as well. For example, gyms that provide very holistic support. And the test they use is like they take a little dab of blood and then provide a detailed profile that comes with dietitian support, with an exercise plan, etc. Who's your target audience, and how do you see yourself differentiating yourself given the multiple different types of competitors?
So now our first 100 client, where if you want like a 3 type of client. The first one was the doctors, the MDs, where we're asking for this test for themselves and their families. In parallel, we have our colleagues, the doctors, which I know it's a biased client, but this is one of our clients. And at the same time, we have the normal average people with the average income who are seeking for information, different type of information. Maybe the first type, he is seeking for the best diet to lose weight. The second one of our clients, for example, which is Imad already and others, he has diabetes type 2, and he's looking for a diet which can help him to reduce or to treat the disease. Actually, Imad was, his doctor, his MD was at the AUBMC. His doctor even asked for the test, the detail of the test. He agreed the diet to follow. He followed, and he now as close as to reverse diabetes type 2. So this is the kind of our client, either they want to lose weight or to adapt a healthy lifestyle, the curious people who want to know more about themselves and the patient. So to be distinguished among our competitors, Actually, now in Lebanon, our competitors are only the dietitians. So the dietitians now, they cannot never offer the same personalized test. They will gonna give you like a protocols they always follows. If the first one doesn't work, they want to go with the second one, the third, first one, etc., until they find the right recipe. So the client will lose the motivation and will lose their time in the way to get to the right point. To be honest with you, there is 2 companies that are entered the Lebanese market, and they're offering a test which is kind of similar of us. These two companies are collaborating, or they are bringing this test from Europe, which influence the cost, which raise the cost around $300. So we are now with the difference in the dollar price, so we are offering like 20% of their prices. So in terms of price, they cannot compete with us because we are making in-home test. Second of all, the whole experience with the follow-up with a specialist in the domain of genetic and nutrition. So I have a teacher. I'm a chairman of nutrition department at the Holy Family University, and I'm holding a PhD in molecular biology. So the whole experience that we are offering, I don't think one of competitors can offer the same. I hope that I answered your question.
Thank you, Adnan, for your answer. We have. Thank you, Adnan. We have two other questions. Fawzi. Fawzi?
Sorry, I'm trying to unmute myself.
Okay.
I don't have a specific question for you. I think I've interviewed you quite a few times and I know a lot of details about it, but you said you have a second upcoming test. And I think the question that comes to mind is, can you help with this current situation, and what kind of testing can you support, considering that there's a desperate need for additional tests to be created, considering COVID-19? I know you do genetic testing. If I'm not mistaken, I think PCR testing is a genetic kind of test. Do you have anything to tell us about?
Exactly.
So
Actually, we are using the go Muhammad, answer the question.
Yeah, just to present myself, I'm Muhammad Atta. I'm co-founder with Adnan and DNI. So the COVID-19 is situation very extreme, and now all the thinking is the orientation, how we can help in DNI. Actually, we're thinking if we can make DNA tests for different people once the situation is go less. So if we make DNA tests for people in order to know the genes and to make a diet system for them in order to increase the immunity, since until now there is no vaccination for this virus. So the main thing that all the physicians and doctors are hoping to have is a good immunity against this virus. So if you can help to give a diet system depend on specific genes for each customer, that would help him to enforce to make immune system better, stronger to fight this virus, it will be helpful.
Thank you, Muhammad, for your answer. Last question, Tariq.
Yes. The first thing that comes to me is the major privacy challenges an idea like yours has. How do you plan on using people's data? And if you're not thinking of using it, how do you plan on making it safe? And how do you plan on making it such that insurance companies cannot use it for the wrong purposes, say highly increase the prices for people with a pre-existing condition or stuff like that? How do you address all of these issues?
So, Muhammad,
no,
do you mind if I answer?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So first of all, about the data. So the data that generated from the Nutri test is not a dangerous data. So it's okay. It's just only about the metabolism of protein, metabolism of fat, the metabolism of vitamins, vitamin and minerals, and a personalized diet. So here it's shared via the app, which is protected inside the cell phone and on our server, our hard disk, as simple as that. Don't make things difficult or complicated. But about the second test that we are working on, the R&D and the gene or disease prediction, this is another story. Here, the client is the insurance company, is not the direct client, the direct person who wanna ask this information to put it inside the algorithm to regulate the price of the insurance policy التأمين. So they are going to use this data. They are going to use the data after the accordance and the acceptance of the client, for sure. So it's something in the next 2 years. It's not for now, but that's what we are working on. It might be it's questionable ethical issue. I know I already have a diploma in bioethics, but we have to take in consideration that the acceptance of the client is made in consideration, and the client is aware about this information. And it's what already is done in the States and in some European countries. So it's not the secret that we are going to disclose. Okay. It's the information, and everybody know what we are doing.
Thank you, Adnan. Thank you, Adnan. I'm going to ask you now to score the NI for the judges, please.
Adnan, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Just one question.
Yes.
Definitely you know about the Ancestry and MyHeritage, the two companies, yes. Right? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Could you get the same results they are offering to the patients?
Not at all. No,
not at all. It's completely
so DNA Ancestry.
Really? Yeah.
It's
knowing more about your ancestors and.
No, we are not offering this test for two major reasons. The first reason, I'm talking now science. It's impossible now to know at 100%, not either at 50%, the real DNA ancestry. So in order
you need
to know
big data for that. Yeah.
We need the data. We need to know a pure race from Arabic pure race, or I don't know, Viking pure race, which is currently impossible. So what they are doing, they are making a simulation,
comparative data,
a software simulation to generate this data. After that, they are comparing DNA sequence with this data, which cause a huge problem. It's not a reality. So we don't want to enter in this segment. We are based more on scientific articles and meta-analysis. Second of all, I don't think this kind of test is the most attractive test in the MENA region. It's maybe more in the States and the Europe, when we have a lot of races involved over there, from China, from Europe, from Africa, America, etc. And everybody is curious to know his origin. I don't think we have this issue a lot as much as they're here in Lebanon and the MENA region.
Okay, thank you, Adnan.
Thank you, Amira, for your question. So we're gonna give a couple of seconds for Amira and Lina to score the NI.
Can I start?
Prepare your screen. صفي عنا one judge. اطلع لفوق.
Share screen.
Okay, hard defender. Sophie, you're good to go.
Okay, thank you. Ever since I was a kid, I've always known that my mom has an underlying heart condition. No kid wants to live with the fear of losing their mother at any given time. Over 18 million people lose their battle to heart conditions globally. Lebanon is amongst the worst hit nations with over 47% of its total deaths. Based on focus groups and surveys done with research with Red Cross volunteers and nurses, we've discussed what difficulties they encounter with patients suffering from a heart attack. The results show that they are in need of some sort of help or assistance when it comes to CPR. A study shows that with the help of a CPR monitoring system, 76% of total compressions done were correct versus 51% without, and achieved 100% correct depth according to international standards. We are Heart Defender. We want to develop life-saving products for medical professionals so they can rescue patients in distress. We developed CPR-Me, a glove, soon to be a wristband, to be worn by nurses, doctors, and emergency rescuers to give them real-time feedback on their performance. Our sensors will be able to detect the exact location of the user's hand and start with CPR. With every compression, they'll be able to know whether to compress deeper or compress faster. Our testing ground will be in Lebanon and will launch in Saudi Arabia. With a price tag of $450, we're able to supply the Lebanese and Saudi market with 24,500 CPR-Mes by 2026. We've also targeted countries in the MENA region based on their healthcare spending habits to include countries such as Algeria, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia, supplying them with 50,000 CPR-Mes by the end of the decade, breaking even within our 6th year of launching. Our competitors are Stryker, Laerdal, and Zoll, of which some only works when connected to their bigger, less affordable, and more sophisticated monitoring system where no database is to be found. CPR-Me, however, will be worn on every medical professional's hand and accessible for developing nations' healthcare budgets. Thus, no one is left behind. CPR-Me will also collect anonymized data from every CPR mission, send it back to our servers to be able to analyze the performance for long-term feedback. We've been finalists in multiple competitions, including Tripoli Startup Seeds, Bada'il Social Entrepreneurship Competition, where we were granted a fund of $8,000 to further develop on our prototype. Our next milestones, we want to develop into an MVP, patent CPR-Me, register Heart Defender. We're also working on a CPR machine that has the basic technology needed to be accessible for third world countries. We value the company at $1.5 million. We're asking for $450,000 for 15% equity in the company. The investment will be used to cover the FDA approval and to cover the first 2 years' budget. I am Tawfiq Lawand, CEO and co-founder of Heart Defender, and my partner and Theodore Hraiki, CTO co-founder, will now show you a video of how CPR-Me works.
Hello everyone, we're going to showcase to you how CPR-Me works. The compressions done here are incorrect and can put the patient's health at risk. With the help of CPR-Me feedback system, the user will follow an audio that sounds like and visual instructions as seen on screen to achieve high quality compressions according to international standards. Life needs a hero. Vote for Heart Defender. Hello.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tawfiq. Our first question from Amira.
Hi, Tawfiq.
Hi.
Actually, this is an amazing product. I just want to understand what are the additional information your product is offering. Given that oximeter used by like the Red Cross will give you enough information to do your job. So what are exactly the additional information your product is giving for these rescuers, let's say?
Basically, studies have shown that in the first 2 minutes, the rescuer loses the efficiency of doing CPR correctly, up below 50%. Now, if we had CPR me given on the user's hand, he will give them the exact numbers or data to compress deeper if they're not going deep enough, or compress faster if they're going way too slow, not going towards the international standards.
Sorry, so the additional information is to whether compress deeper or faster. This is it?
Yes, it helps them during CPR.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Amira. Tariq, you have a question?
Yes, just a simple question. Isn't this part of the training that every health professional gets in that field, and they're trained to do it? So it's kind of like what Amira said. I'm trying to understand what the added value, but I'm thinking this is what every person who does CPR should know how to do. So correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you.
Yes, they should know how to do it. But when they're going on a CPR mission, they're under a lot of stress, or they might be running 7 flights of stairs. So they might be overwhelmed. So they might do the CPR, the compressions, fast or slower than usual. Studies have shown that with the help of CPR monitoring systems, the compression depth was 100% accurate. And without using the CPR monitor, it was 80% accurate. And 51% of the total compression done without having been trained on a CPR monitoring system was 50%. You imagine doing 120 compressions and only 60% of them working. However, with the aid of a CPR monitoring system, after 1 month of training or been in use, they achieved 76% of the total compressions done were accurate.
What kind of, sorry, it's me again, Farah. What kind of interest have you been getting at this level from like which type of organizations or any of them?
Interest as in we've been contacted by?
Yeah, or someone who showed interest in partnering or buying.
I've spoken with 2 biomedical engineers at 2 different hospitals in Tripoli, Haikal Hospital and Annini. We were supposed to have a meeting before the corona pandemic started. They were very interested in the product, and I've spoken to the emergency medical supervisor of the medical products in the Red Cross. They showed extreme interest in my product, and we've sent them surveys and I've had meetings with them regarding such product. And they told me, if you get the FDA approval, we're sure be using your product.
Thank you, Tariq, for your question. Ghada, you have a question?
Yes, I'd like to know whether the extent to which you designed the product in collaboration with your target end user, and also if you could tell us a little bit more about the background of your team, you and your team.
Okay, first of all, the background, I'm a mechatronics engineering graduate, so is my partner, and I'm doing another degree in biomedical engineering. And what was the first question? Oh,
yeah, I was asking about the design process and the extent to which you did it in collaboration with your end users.
The design is not finalized yet. Basically, we want to have a wristband to be used by every medical professional, so they won't have to carry big monitoring systems with them when they're doing CPR. We're still working on the final design. However, this is the first prototype we've done. We have 2 different ones because my partner was in Germany doing an internship with BMW. He couldn't join us today because he's on the flight back. And the second design is with me right now. Still, we will be able to make it a wristband to make it easier for everyone to use, to be with them every day, all the time.
Okay, last question from Danielle.
Thanks, Farah. Quick question for you. What wasn't unclear for me on the studies you referred to some studies and some surveys. Are any of those published? And
sorry.
Go ahead.
All the studies we've got were from the U.S. National Library of Medicine, National Institution of Health. These are the studies we get them from. They're accredited. They're very important.
Okay. And then
we did studies of our own where we sent out surveys and did focus groups with nurses and emergent Red Cross volunteers. The most focus groups tended to be 3 hours long, where we discussed the issues they faced when going on a CPR mission.
All right, so it seems like you have a viable product, but once you have probably your first prototype, you'll want to publish studies. I'm sure you're already thinking of that.
Yes.
So in terms of market size and what success looks for you in the next 3 to 5 years?
We've used a slow, then extrapolating graph of the product where we'll be able to slowly be giving it out to countries or Lebanon and Saudi Arabia. This exponential will be based on the healthcare budget or spending habits of the countries. So within our first 3 years, we won't break even. However, the second 3 years, which a total up to 6 years, we would break even. Does this answer your question?
How much do you think you'll have in revenue in year 3?
Year 3, I think negative 300,000. That's why we're asking for $450,000 in investment to cover the first 2 years.
All right, thanks. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Amira, we'll take the last question from you.
Just one last question. Tufi, who are your competitors?
Stryker, Laerdal, and Zoll.
Okay. And
I'm sorry, you muted.
Amira, you are muted.
Sorry, and what's your competitive advantage?
Basically, some of them require a more sophisticated monitoring system to be plugged into, which is a burden for the rescuer to carry. And it will be placed on the rescuer's hand, which will be available to them all the time. Even if they go up and go out of the ambulance, the device will still be with them.
Thank you, Amira.
Thank you.
We'll leave 1 minute for scoring.
Can I ask a quick question during scoring period? Or is it too late?
Yeah.
So quick question now, the skill set to make this scale is pretty advanced. Like you're talking mechatronics, like it's pretty advanced. So what's your recruiting strategy when it comes to tech talent? Are you thinking you'll hire mostly from Lebanon or from abroad? Or?
We'll be hiring from Lebanon at first. The first year we won't be selling, we'll just be testing and finalizing the product to get the FDA approval. We'll have a couple of engineers in and marketing professionals with us at first. Then when we spread abroad, we'll have to also take from different countries, employee from different countries.
Okay.
Thank you, Tufi. Is audio? رامي بوجودي. We're waiting for the scoring. Actually, I don't. Okay, we're good to go. Our next startup, Ahmad, Tap and Learn.
Hello.
You can start.
Hello as well. My name is Ahmad Merhabi. I'm a school manager by profession for the last 8 years. And during that period, I've noticed several problems with the educational system in Lebanon. First of all, we had an out-of-touch schooling system. Recent studies show that the attention span of students is between 5 and 10 minutes max, which means that the students go to lack in education. They need support, they need extra information, and there's not enough motivation to keep them focused. We also have a high educational cost, which goes by a higher education fees, and of course, private tutors, private tuition centers, which all add to the expense of education for parents. The second problem was the old teaching methods. We're still using the same methods from 70 years ago, despite introducing some of the technology into the classrooms like tablets and smart boards, but the same method is still being used. And let's face it, our students now are using other methods to get the information faster and quicker and easier, like YouTube, like Google. So what was the solution? We created Tap and Learn. It's a mobile app that has short animated videos supported by interactive exercises on a mobile device, so it's mobile. And it summarizes the full 50-minute session in classroom into a 4-5-minute video, not more than that. This incorporates all the information the student needs into one small video. The app is already on Android. It's been used by several students now to validate the concept. The content is already done. As you can see, it's easily filtered, easily displayed. And this is a sample of our video content. As you can see, it's full of animation, colors, coordination, color coordination. We tried basically to use everything that the advertisement science use to capture the attention and deliver the information and put it into the teaching video. As you can see, the full video is a number of slides that's combined with animation and colors. Our main target will be students, but also we can benefit teachers and parents, and of course schools. Our main revenue will be from subscription fees that will be per month per course, and of course, the more courses you get, the more discount you get. Our initial target will be Lebanon, and as you can see, we have more than 1,200,000 students in Lebanon with 79% internet connectivity, which means we have a target audience of 950,000 students plus teachers plus parents. Our MVP started with the year 9 students, so we have a market of 60,000 students, and we hope to reach at least 1% of that by year 1. In addition to that, we need to focus on the COVID-19 situation. And as you can see, the schools are closed and the e-learning is on the rise. This rapid digitalization of schools indicates that the e-learning is going to be the future teaching method. Our first financial estimates require about $350,000. We hope to start making profit within year 3 after the launch of the second phase of our courses. Our current competitors don't really have all the qualities that we get. They either lack in quality, animation, affordability, and even filtration. So they can be really customized according to the curriculum, which we can do specific to each country. Of course, after Lebanon, we tend to expand to the neighboring countries, for example, in the Gulf and into other worlds. Our team is combining more than 100 years of experience in teaching. We are trainers, coordinators, and teachers, and we know exactly what the student needs to know in each course. Of course, we're looking for expansion. You can join our mission either by funding, opening new markets, and of course, all feedback and support is accepted. Tap and Learn is a classroom in your pocket. Download now and be part of the future of e-learning and visit our website. Thank you.
Thank you, Ahmad. Gonna be Tariq, you have a question?
Hi, Ahmed. So your company will be in charge of the curriculum and who decides the contents of the courses?
Yes, our teachers are the ones who are making the content.
Okay, do they have any oversight from any agency or governmental ministry or anything like that?
We're using the Lebanese curriculum. There are all professional tutors. They have extensive knowledge. They are trainers and coordinators of teachers. So basically they know what they're doing. If you want to ask someone about their work, you need to ask them.
Hi, Farah, can I ask something?
Yes, but I'm going to remind the attendees, you can vote through the link just sent by Rami on the chat, so you can help the startups. And Abdullah, قبل ما اخذ your question في Daniel عنده a question, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Daniel? Okay, we're gonna jump to Ghada.
Sorry. Yeah, my question is, how does your product compare to something like Tabshura, which is based on the Lebanese curriculum and is free? And perhaps Ashabuna, I think, is a paying service, but there are many different types of similar platforms out there. So I just want to hear a little bit more about how you differentiate yourself.
Basically, we're not just giving the information that's provided in the curriculum, we're also providing information of current students' mistakes. So basically, each teacher has its own experience with what students usually make mistakes on. And for that, we provide the solution for that, and the videos have enhanced focus on these problems. So when the student actually sees the problems or do the interactive exercises, he only gets, if he gets it right, he knows why it's right, and if he gets it wrong, why it's wrong, and the answers are made using that knowledge, that experience of the teachers, to see that these are common mistakes. It's not a random answer. It's based there according to their experience.
So it's more personalized to individuals.
Yes, it's more customized. It's more personalized to the Lebanese student.
Okay.
Thank you, Ghada. Amira?
Hi. I think that the Ministry of Education is currently working on the digitization of the Lebanese curricula. So could you stay away of this? Do you have any collaboration with them? What would be your role if they do the whole work after that?
Well, the current digitalization they're using are either PowerPoint presentation or smartboard videos with teachers standing in front of them. And of course, they're trying to do some more advancement in this field later on. But for now, we are already ready with the Year 9 courses. And we have a much different presentation method than they do. It's much clearer, it's much shorter than the presentation they do. And it's much more customizable.
So don't you think that you need to talk to them, collaborate with them?
Yes, of course. In the future, yes, of course. But we're still in the process of validating the product. We just recently launched the Android app, and we're still testing the content and the app for bugs with our students. Hopefully, once we validate the product completely, we're going to contact the Ministry of Education, see if there are going to be any collaboration to ease up on the stress that's being concerned right now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Daniel?
Thanks. Sorry, I disconnected there for a second. Ahmed is a great product. Education is a soft point for me, but quick question for you. Market opportunity just presented itself 4 weeks ago. Have you guys taken advantage of it?
As I said, we just launched our prototype. We're just trying to do a validation of the product with the students. We offered it free of charge for all students to accept and take it. And we plan to do so for the next few months until we have a perfect product for launching.
Okay, last question, Amira. Amira,
I do not have any question anymore.
Can I ask Farah, or I
Yes,
think you're forgetting me? Yeah. Ahmed, so this is more about the basic concept of teaching children via technology. And I'm a technologist myself, so I'm the last one to attack technology. But like, for example, there has been a lot of initiatives about this historically, like one laptop per child. For example, that there was a lot of hype around that, but then it just disappeared. My children, like my son, he's 7 years old, and I just want to prohibit him from using the cell phone at all because it's like extremely addictive. So how do you address that? Like that coming from that skeptic?
We took that into consideration. As I said, our videos are short videos, so they summarize the full 50-minute session of the classroom session into 4 to 5 minute videos. Which means he doesn't really have to spend that much time on doing one chapter, and then the rest is going to be interactive exercises and problems. So it's not going to be a long time. We're trying to give him as much free time as he needs to expand his hobbies and his interests. And for that, he's going to be more, I mean, if you're not obligated to spend like hours on homework, you love to do homework. And that's the point.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ahmed. We'll take 1 minute for no more questions. We'll take 1 minute for scoring. A couple of seconds, bus. Sure. Okay. Our next startup lineup, Jad.
Hi, everyone.
You can share your screen.
Wait 1 second. من فترة زياد كان عباله يلعب رياضة، بس للأسف رفقاته كانوا مشغولين وما عنده حدا يلعب معه. مرة تانية حاول ينظم جيم هو ورفقاته، بس التغت الجيم بسبب عدم اكتمال اللعيبة. عندي good news لزياد. thanks to lineup mobile application اللي حتحل له مشاكله. lineup هي social platform for sports بتساعد العالم إنها تجمع بعضها من أجل تنظيم عملية الحجوزات، مما بتنشط حركة الرياضة اللي بيستفيد منها أصحاب الملاعب. In fact من 20 سنة لليوم شهد العالم ارتفاع بعدد الملاعب الرياضية بنسبة تتجاوز 50%، فأصبح عنا بلبنان فقط حوالي 4000 ملعب. هالشي أثر سلباً على نسبة الحجوزات بالملعب الواحد اللي صار عم بيكون فاضي حوالي 616 ساعة بالشهر. هالملعب قادر يدوبل مدخوله في حال ساعدناه يستغل بس 15% من هالوقت الفراغ اللي عنده. طيب كيف؟ أول ما يفوت زياد على الابليكيشن بيختار الرياضة اللي بده إياها وبيعمل بروفايل عنه. وانس صار جاهز بيختار الملعب المناسب له بيزد على اللوكيشن، كوست، ريتنج وكذا كرايتيريا. وانس نقى الملعب بيختار الوقت المناسب له ببلش بتنظيم الجيم. يا بيعمل لها شير للبابليك سكشن اللي فيها كل الجيمات اللي ناقصة لعيبة وبدها حدا، يا بيعمل انفايت لأشخاص موجودين عنده بالفريند ليست، أو بيعمل انفايت لتيمز، أو بيعمل انفايت لأشخاص موجودين بجروبس هو منتمي لهم. البزنس موديل تبعنا مبني على الشيرنج ايكونومي اللي هو اليوم ترند بعالم الاقتصاد. الريفينيو موديل حيكون من الملاعب، حنعطيهم 3 شهور فري بالاول، من بعدين حناخد 15% على كل جيم عم تنحجز عن طريق الابليكيشن، وفيهم يستعملوا البريميوم فيتشر $5 لينظموا ايفنت مثل تورنمنتس وترينينجز. مستقبلا حيكون عندنا مدخول من الادز، بريميوم فيتشر لليوزرز، وحناخد برسنتج من اشياء حتنباع على البلاتفورم. تنحكي اكثر عن ال 15% اللي حناخدها. المينيموم تارجت تبعنا نزيد ساعة يوميا للملاعب، ما يعني 30 ساعة شهريا بقيمة $900 شهريا. طيب إذا أخذنا 15% من هالمبلغ عم نكون عم ندخل حوالي $135 شهريا من الملعب الواحد. التارجت تبعنا على 5 سنين هو بين 300 وال1000 ملعب، ما يعني بين ال40,000 وال135,000 شهريا، في حين التوتال ماركت قيمته حوالي $500,000. طيب هل من المستحيل انه نوصل لهالرقم؟ اكيد لا، لانه فكرتنا سكيلبل ومن السهل انه نطلع برات لبنان، بحيث الفكره is picking up ومنا saturated yet. اليوم العالم بلبنان بعدهم يستعملوا التليفون والواتساب ليحجزوا الملاعب، وبعد الكومبيتيتيف اناليسيز اللي عملناها على المودلز اللي موجودين برا توصلنا لنبني an inspired design مع added value مبنيين على sports diversity, user friendliness, user experience, user diversity و win-win situation مع الملاعب. نحن اليوم خلصنا الانيشيتنج فيز، توصلنا لنبني MVP وضمينا 20 ملعب لنا. ان شاء الله بعد الكوفيد 19 رح نبلش باللانشينج فيز، حنكون بحاجه ل $50,000 على مده سنه لنكفي ديفلوبمنت للاب ونعمل لها تيست على 20 ملعب ونزيد 100 ملعب و10,000 يوزرز من بعدها. من بعد 3 سنين الثلاث سنين الجايين حيكون الاكسبنسز تبعونا بقيمه $200,000 لنزيد الملاعب واليوزرز. حنكون بروفيتبل باول ثاني سنه، وحنوصل للبريك ايفن باول ثالث سنه مع ريفينيو بقيمه $10,000 شهريا، اللي حيزيد اكسبوننشلي لانه we generate money automatically. حنفوت على الماركت عن طريق الماركتينج كامبينز اللي حنعملها بالملاعب، على السوشيال ميديا، وعن طريق انفلونسرز، جيمز ويونيفرسيتيز. التيم تبعنا مؤلف من جاد كساب فاوندر بزنس ديفلوبر and CEO، حسن طبال ديفلوبمنت ليدر and CTO، تحتنا تيم. حابين نقول لكم آخر شيء إنه صار بدها ثورة رياضية تساعدنا أكثر نستفيد من منافع الرياضة الكتيرة على حياتنا واللي بتدعم العيش المشترك. Change the way you play and look at sports.
Okay, thank you, Jad. Any questions? Tariq?
Yes. Jad, thank you. When people are used to using WhatsApp and phone calls and texting to organize stuff like that, it's going to be very, very hard to break a habit like this one, to have them come to your platform and do it on your platform instead. So what's your plan to break that kind of habits?
Yes, there is changing in behavior بهالبزنس. هي التارجت، هي البوينت تبعتنا. لحظة تقضي الكاميرا. اوكي، السيكريت صوص تبعتنا هي بالماركتينج، كيف نفوت على دماغ العالم ونغير لهم هالهابت. بالماركتينج حيكون عندنا كامبينز بقلب الملاعب. هالكامبينز هن اللي حيخلونا نغير لهم البيهيفير للعيبه، وعن طريق السوشيال ميديا كمان. هلا عندنا كذا استراتيجي بقلب الملاعب اللي وي بليف انه حيخلونا نسبق الكومبيتيتورز بهالاستراتيجيز.
Okay.
Is it possible to elaborate a little bit on that kind of techniques, because this is really a major challenge. I like your concept, but I'm just curious about how you're going to tackle a challenge that big.
Okay. This business depends mainly على شغلتين، الكورتس واليوزرز. الكورتس لنضمهم لازم يكون عندنا سوفت وير جاهز وبزنس موديل منيح. هلا اليوزرز نقدر نضمن لازم يكون عندنا سوفت وير منيح والماركتينج. هلا الماركتينج تنقدر نسحب هالعالم بقلب الملاعب. رح يكون في مثل استراتيجي نجيب بورتبل بروجيكتورز قبل كل جيم او خلال الجيم، يكون في 1 minute فيديو عن الابليكيشن. رح تخلي العالم اكثر تو انفولف مع فكره الابليكيشن ويعرفوا اكثر عن الابليكيشن تو داونلود ات، اضافه الى السوشيال ميديا والانفلونسرز وغيرهم.
Should that answer you, Tariq? Okay.
I was looking more for exactly how you would think social media would get people to change that habit, but it's probably a story for another time. Maybe other people should ask questions too.
Okay. Daniel?
شكرا، فكرة رائعة، ابلكيشن رائع، والبرزنتيشن حلو كمان. What's your mitigation plan for Corona, given that this will go on for the next few months, possibly disrupt a lot of social gatherings for the next year?
خلال كورونا ما فينا نبلش، ناطرين هلا عم نعمل ديفلوبمنت للاب ان شاء الله، بس عم نحضر قد ما فينا لحديت ما يزبط الوضع بعد الكورونا. دغري اول ما يزبط الوضع we will go to the market directly. خاصة انه عندنا كورس اوريدي جاهزين يبلشوا معنا once
فكرتوا تغيروا شيء بالابروتش، تضيفوا عليه غير شيء غير الملاعب، change anything بالبزنس موديل، ولا you're sticking with it؟
بلشين بالملاعب حاليا. خلال كورونا ما فينا نحجز الملاعب، ما فينا نخلي العالم يجتمعوا. For now we are waiting for the corona to be finished. ان شاء الله بنبلش بس يزبط الوضع.
ان شاء الله. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. حدا عنده any question? رامي، غادة. Okay. أميرة.
Yeah, just a question. بس مين competitors؟ يعني في other people developing similar applications. I think that this application is really amazing. بس بدك تشوف قد ايه معقول competitors يكونوا أسرع منكم.
بلبنان حاليا ما في حدا.
اوكي.
برا في عالم بلشين فيها، واللي على التوب بيناتهم هي ملاعب بالخليج بلشين لهم 3 سنين تقريبا. بس بلبنان وبالمينا ريجن هسه ما في حدا بلش بالفكرة. يلي حاول وما زبطت معه.
Okay. So do you have any advantage على ملاعب؟
Yes, الuser experience. We believe إنه الuser experience تبعتنا كتير قوية. وتاني شيء الماركتينج strategies. We believe إنه رح حنفوت على الماركت بسرعة أسرع من غيرنا.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amira. Lina?
It's a very nice idea بس لفت لي نظري هلا انه عم بتقول انه في حدا قبلك جرب وما زبطت معه. ليش ما زبطت معه وما ممكن انت كمان تواجه ذات المشكله؟
نحن قطعنا المشكله اللي كانوا عم يواجهوها مثل ما حكيت هون، انه هالفكره بيزيكلي بدها لتنجح بدها الكورس يفوتوا فيها وبدها اليوزرز يفوتوا فيها. ولا يفوتوا الكورس بده يكون سوفت وير من ديزاين ليوزر اكسبيرينس بدهم يكونوا معمولين بطريقه فيري اتراكتيف. بده يكون البزنس موديل متماشي مع الملاعب. من ناحيه ثانيه اليوزرز لازم يكونوا موجودين فيها، يعرف الابلكيشن كيف تجيب يوزرز لهم. نحن قطعنا مرحله السوفت وير والبزنس موديل بحيث عندنا كان 83% نجاح انه يفوتوا معنا الملاعب. اليوزرز عندنا وي بليف اكثر انه استراتيجيز اللي حنعملها رح نقدر تو اتراكت يوزرز بالاستراتيجيز اللي حنعملها. يعني قطعنا تقريبا 70% من السكسس.
يعني سوري يعني بفهم منك انه كان الابلكيشنز اللي قبل ما كانوا الكورتس انتجريتد بالاب، انه بس it was just from one sided planning.
ما كان فيها كورتس، كان فيها شويه يوزرز بس ما قدروا يعني كفوا. ما البزنس موديل تبعهم ما قدر يخليهم يطلعوا مصاري من هال MVP اللي عملوه.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, one last question.
Okay.
بس سؤال، مين التيم فول تايمرز؟
التيم انا وحسن، وفي تحتنا تيم عم يشتغلوا على الديفلوبمنت للابلكيشن.
انت وحسن فول تايمرز؟
انا فول تايم، حسن بارت تايم.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Fauzi, you have a question?
It's a little bit more of a comment about the fact that nobody's doing this at the moment. And like, just from the applications that we have at Flat 6 Labs, there's 4 people that are doing this, and they're doing it in different twists. Some people are plugging into the cameras of the courts so that people can then get excited to use the app so that they can see their video and performance later. Other people are trying to find out which courts are empty so that they can give a discount so that they can actually enhance or increase traffic to the courts that are not booked at the particular time. So, and I think just to go back to Tarek's question, I think you need to think more about what are the features and the real functional things that you will be offering people so that they can drop WhatsApp and go to this app. Because if it's a simple calendar booking thing, WhatsApp will still probably be better. They have a big group, they'll send a message, they'll meet, and it'll be done.
Yes, this is the beginning. بس نبلش بالبوكينج. هو كل features اللي قلتهم عنا اياهم بالnext strategy. بس to get the users we believe انه لازم نبلش بالبوكينج وتجميع اللعيبه.
Okay, thank you. Ghada, do you have a question or comment? Rabia, do you have any comment or question? Ghada, you raised your hand. Okay. So we'll take 1 minute.
Yes, Jad, you mentioned in your presentation and you have 10 courts. Sorry,
20.
Can you hear me?
Yes, 20.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, you mentioned you have 10 courts signed up. What's been the feedback so far?
They like it so much. وناطرين جدا انه لما نبلش انه يستعملوها للابلكيشن. كثير حبوا الفكره. حتى ال 17% اللي ما فاتوا معنا كثير حبوا الفكره، بس شافوا انه اليوزرز تبعونهم ما حيستعملوا هيك ابلكيشن. بس 83% من الملاعب عم توافق. طبعا هول ال 17% لما يشوفوا السكسس بعدين منهم لحالهم حيرجعوا ينضموا للابلكيشن.
Okay, thank you. We'll give 1 minute for the coding. And We shared a link for scoring للattendees if you'd like to familiarize yourself مع السكورينج تبع الجادجز. So فيكم تاخدوا فكرة أكثر عن how to think of the startups. It's shared via the chat by Rami. Okay, we're good to go. Our next startup, Mira, in our car. Mira, are you ready?
Yes, can you hear me clearly, Farah?
Yes, please share your screen.
Okay. Okay, is this screen clear or مقطوشة شوي من تحت ولا is it clear?
مقطوشة شوي بس it's fine, I think you can go.
I'm not sure why. Okay, 1 second. Okay.
It's good.
Okay, now, okay. In Lebanon, a cumulative debt of $30 billion is accounted in the energy sector for Électricité du Liban. This has led to long shortage hours of EDL, and people had to rely on diesel generators, what forces them to pay 2 energy bills each month. From the demand side, a lot of factors are wasting energy, like having inefficient electrical equipment, no proper energy management, lack of proper maintenance, and no access to high-quality products. From here, we came up with the idea of Enercore. Enercore is an e-commerce platform that supports users to reduce their electrical bills by analyzing their electrical systems and recommending necessary modifications. It offers a wide range of energy-efficient products and renewable energy solutions. Enercore presents 3 main subscription models: basic, premium, and business. An example of the basic lighting assessment with the basic subscription. Here, the user had to fill some information about his existing systems, and the lighting recommendations given are showing a lighting investment of $129 that will generate $214 of yearly savings, leading to an attractive payback period of 7 months. The premium subscription offers a detailed analysis of systems, an automated energy audit report, and additional support in sizing a new system and in the choices of products. The business subscription offers energy monitoring, site inspection, a detailed energy audit report, and energy consumption monthly reports. Some examples of the life expectancy savings of 3 different measures in 3 different industries are shown in the following table. Our business model is aligned with the National Energy Action Plans and with the Sustainable Development Goals. We will be starting with basic subscription, mainly targeting houses, small offices, and shops. Then we will upgrade to commercial and industrial sectors. We will also expand to the MENA region. The global energy market size, internet, is worth $164 billion and $198 billion within the next 5 years. We will be reaching customers with direct meetings, Google search engine marketing, social media, email marketing, awareness campaigns, and forums and events. Our users could purchase products from local shops and from other e-commerce platforms. And they could also request audit reports from energy service companies. What puts Enercor on an edge is that we will be the first to offer affordable online consultancy, customized for your exact needs. We will also be offering affordable, high-quality products and focusing on the awareness. In 2019, we have prepared a market study, research and development, a prototype. In 2020, we're working on the branding, trademark registration, development of MVP. And in 2021, we will be upgrading to premium and business subscriptions and register the company. And in 2022, we will be integrating machine learning and augmented reality. These are our financial projections for the first 5 years, and we will be break even in 12 months. This is our team, me, founder and energy consultant, Christopher, our technical consultant, Charbel, our legal consultant, and Justine, our marketing specialist. We are looking for a fund of $110,000 in order to validate our minimum viable product and to achieve an automated platform covering all targeted sectors. Once we want to increase our market share, we will seek another investment round in order to expand. Thank you.
Thank you, Mira, for your presentation. Our first question from Rami. Rami? You're muted if you're trying. We'll take another question. Ghada?
You mentioned ESCOs, energy saving companies. How is your product different from the services that they provide? And do you see them as potential clients of your product?
Okay, regarding the energy service companies, the difference between my product and their service is that I'm offering an online consultancy. So energy service companies are usually working on site. They go to the site to make their assessment, and they're not usually focused on the residential sector. So what I'm trying to create here is that I'm offering a freemium subscription where any user can benefit from basic recommendation in order to improve his energy consumption and reduce his energy bills. So they can be competitors, but not direct competitors, since they offer very minor online consultancy.
Thank you, Mira. Rami, you had a question?
Yes. Hi, Mira. Good presentation. Bravo.
Thank you.
Mira, sorry, I lost the electricity for a couple of minutes, so I'm not sure if you covered that question or not. It's an online platform, but it's more like a place where they reach out to you and then you give them consultancy, or there's AI behind it. How do you monitor, or how do you recommend? Do you send them an assessment over the phone? They click on it, you get a survey. How does it work?
Yes, so I can show a few things like during the presentation. Okay, 1 second. Just to share the screen again so you can see. Okay, can you see my screen now?
No, there is an edit with a screen sharing. Okay, hello, we can see it.
Okay, can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, here, as you can see, this is a simple prototype. So let's say for the lighting assessment, the users will have to fill online the lighting types that they have along with the numbers in a very simple and user-friendly interface. I will be guiding them to know each type of lamps, and they will have to fill the number of each lamp along with the wattage. And then they can get the recommendations like this slide. 1 second. Okay, so here I showed them the inefficient lighting fixtures that they have, along with the recommended efficient fixtures that they can purchase from my platform. So I also gave them the retrofit cost of this measure, along with the yearly savings, and an attractive payback period of 7 months. So it will be basic, it will be user-friendly, and I will try to guide my users to the maximum to understand their systems and to how to read the energy bill as well.
So you will have an interaction with them online over.
it will be automated, and for the first, let's say, 2 years, it will be we will be gathering data as much as we can, and that's why I mentioned that we will be also, as you can see here in the roadmap, we will be integrating machine learning in 2022. Therefore, machine learning will support us after we gather a lot of data to be able to process more data, to cover more projects, and to be more scalable, to be able to cover all the energy conservation measures that could be possible on our platform.
Okay. And have you one last question? Have you seen competitive platforms in developed countries where something like this was developed a few years ago so that you can tap along, or not?
Yes.
Like I would expect something like this would be present in Canada or in the US 5 or 6 years ago, if not earlier.
Yes, there are like similar platform, but the thing is that they are offering minor consultancy. They offer some advice for energy efficiency, but the thing about NR Core is that it will be customized for each user's exact needs. And integrating the premium and the business subscription with the additional details offered will put us on an edge compared to the other competitors.
Thank you, Mira.
Thank you for your questions.
Thank you, Rami. Our next question, Fauzi.
I'm not sure I clearly understand the product offering here. From the example that you showed, I put in a light bulb that might use a lot of energy, and you show me a replacement of a light bulb that uses less energy.
Yes.
Is this what the idea is? Does it take into consideration how much light I need? Is this going to be a hardware device that can then measure things in the future? What if I have an old broken device that's using more energy? I'm trying to understand who, from a user point of view, would come and use this, and what would be the immediate benefit that they would get out of this, or what is the functional thing out of this?
Yes. So as a user, let's say you are using this platform for your house. So we will be assessing all the equipment in your house, including lighting, HVAC, the water heater, and all the electrical appliances, by asking you very simple questions and asking you to fill some information related to the systems. It will be user-friendly and it will be explained step by step. Here you will get recommendation on the status of each system that you have. Some of them might need minor like maintenance, and some of them, if they are inefficient, you will be recommended to replace them. And also we can recommend the renewable energy solutions. And the solutions, you can also purchase them from the platform, as we will have e-commerce for energy efficiency products and renewable energy solutions as well.
Okay, great. Any other questions? Rabia, are you good? We'll take 1 minute for scoring then. Okay, we still have 2 judges. Okay, great. Our next startup, Click or Ship, Omar. Omar, are you ready?
Yes, ready.
Okay, share your screen, please.
Thank you. Okay, shall we start?
Yes, please.
Yes. Hi, do you know what dropshipping is? The dropshipping is a new method of supply chain management where the retailer, which is called the dropshipper, open an online store, get the product data from its own supplier and display it on his online store. Once he gets an order from the end user, he forward this order to the supplier so he can ship it directly to the customer. This is the main concept of dropshipping. As you notice, the main process taking place between the online store and the supplier, including import product, update inventory, fulfill orders, and many others. But things were not that easy. To complete those tasks, the dropshipper has to sit 16 hours a day in front of his laptop because there is no direct connection between his online store and his supplier. So all process is done manually, taking a lot of time, effort, and money. That's why we create ClickoShip, which is an online tool that creates smooth integration between online retailing stores and online suppliers in order to speed up and automate all process and tasks between them. ClickoShip with this power will reduce 70% of time, effort, and money consuming because it will offer one-click product import, auto daily update for inventory, and auto order fulfillment. Globally, there is around 5 to 6 million online stores. 33% of them are retailing stores. In the first stage, we are targeting those who are using WooCommerce to create their stores. To reach those customers, we made a deal with Admitad, which is an affiliate program that have a partnership and integration with the biggest and most popular suppliers in China, such as AliExpress. Also, we depend on Google AdWords, YouTube reviews, and social media. Of course, we have competitors, but we differentiate ourselves by real API automation instead of the browsing automation that is currently in the market. On the other hand, we are able to integrate and connect with any online store, such as WooCommerce or Shopify. We generate 3 to 10% as a commission from the suppliers for each transaction that's made through ClickoShip. This will bring us a higher revenue and allow us to reach our break even at the end of year 1. We started last year. We won the third prize category in IBDA Startup Seed competition. Then we started the validation process to identify the needed services for our users in order to include it in ClickoShip. Then we built an algorithm to simplify all the complexity of dropshipping and make it as simple as on-off buttons. We tested the UX and UI design and the services through a prototype that we provide to 15 real users that we test with them. Now, the first version of ClickoShip is ready to use and launch for only WooCommerce users. Then we will upgrade it to serve Shopify users. At the end of this year, we are planning to launch the MVP of marketing automation system for online stores. In order to do that, we are looking for $120,000 to cover the platform development costs, the marketing costs, operational and other expenses. This fund will allow us to develop the Shopify system for Shopify users, develop and build the marketing automation system, create a team of 10 members, increase our sales by 100%. I am Omar Mirai, business management background. I have 3 years experience in e-commerce and online tools. I'm working with Siba. She has a great experience in web development and e-commerce as well. Please feel free to get in touch with us if you have any question or you need any information. Thank you.
Thank you, Omar, for your presentation. Any questions from the judges? Daniel?
Thanks, Amar, for the great presentation. I've already asked this question to someone else. You have a current opportunity with online e-commerce. online ordering. Everyone's ordering online, not just in Lebanon, but more so across the world. How are you taking advantage of that?
بالحقيقه نحن الماركت تبعنا منه بلبنان حاليا، لانه الكونسبت تبع الدروب شيبينج هو برا موجود بكثره، بس بلبنان لسه ما في ثقافه الدروب شيبينج. فمبدئيا بالمرحله الاولى عم نبلش بالتارجت ماركت تبعنا برا، وعم نحاول نعمل اويرنس للدروب شيبينج، لانه التارجت تبعنا هو تبسيط للدروب شيبينج. كليكو شيب بتعمل سمبليفيكيشن لاول البروسيس اوف دروب شيبينج، لحتى تخلي اي حدا يقدر يفوت بدون كومبلكسيتي بالماركت. يعني الدروب شيبينج في تاسكس كثير وسيكونس منه سهل. عم نحاول نبسط السيكونس بقلب كليكو شيب، حتى اي شخص ممكن باكسبيرينس كثير بسيطه يقدر يفوت دروب شيبينج through the awareness and through كليكو شيب.
Thank you, Omar.
حلوة كمان.
Okay, answer to Daniel. Next question, Abdullah.
Yes, quick question. Isn't this problem already solved by Shopify or one of its affiliates? يعني أنت عم تحكي عن something very basic to e-commerce. It's very integral to it. So then you have like an ocean of competition or something that Shopify already addressed.
I didn't understand the question. ما فهمت كثير صراحة. فيك تعيد لي السؤال لأنه قطش بالبداية.
I'm saying that drop shipping,
Yes.
the link between e-commerce and suppliers, this is a very integral part of e-commerce. Isn't this already solved by InstaShop or one of its affiliates or modules? Or
اوكي، لا، دروب شيبينج هو ميثود من الاي كوميرس تعتمد انه الريتيلر ما بيخلي انفنتوري عنده. التولز اللي موجودين شوبيفاي developed a tool called Overlow, one of our competitors. بس الدروب شيبينج هو بارت من الاي كوميرس، بس طريقه بحيث انه الريتيلر ما بيخلي الانفنتوري البرودكتس الاكشوال برودكت فيزيكلي ما بيكونوا عند الريتيلر، بيكونوا عند السبلاير بالوير هاوس. He simply when he get an order forward to the supplier, it's simple as the affiliate. بس الدروب شيبينج بيعتمد انه الريتيلر بيحط التشارجينج حسب هو قديش بده ارباح، مش مثل الافليات السبلاير هو بيفرض نسبه الكوميشن من كل برودكت.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Last one.
Lina, you have a question? You can go.
Yes, please. عمر، بس بدي بليز تفسر لي شوي عن البرودكت اللي عندك. هو addressed الكاستمر، هو الريتيلرز هن الكاستمرز تبعونا؟
Yes. الريتيلرز هن اليوزر، الاكشوال يوزر عندي هن الريتيلرز. يس، ونحن عندنا كونكشن مع السبلايرز. بالمرحله الاولى عم نعتمد على ادميتات من خلال العمليه لحتى نكون على كونكشن مع السبلايرز. في المراحل الثانيه في تطويرات مختلفه، بس الاكشوال يوزر هن الريتيلرز. يس.
Did you contact them? Did you approach them about your service? What was their feedback?
Yes, we already نحن خلقنا simulation للبلاتفورم through Adobe XD، بتحتوي كل الفانكشناليتي اللي بدنا نعملهم بروفايد، وبتحتوي اليو اكس واليو اي ديزاين. حكينا تقريبا مع 15 ريل يوزر واخذنا الفيدباك. كانت الانطباع كثير جيد. طبعا في كان كل حدا منهم عم يطلب سيرفيس معينه، بس اخذنا الكومنت من الكل وحاولنا نعملهم بالام في بي بالمرحله الاولى للوو كوميرس يوزر اونلي.
سوري ما قطعش الخط.
بالمرحله الاولى عم نستهدف بس الوو كوميرس يوزر، يعني سيجمنت من الماركت، باعتمادا على شو اليوزر تبعنا، شو الريتيلر بيستخدم اي بلاتفورم لحتى يخلق الاونلاين ستور تبعه، اللي هي شوبيفاي او وو كوميرس or other platform.
Okay, so basically they are the retailers, and the ones that you approached based in Lebanon, based outside
لا كانوا 3 بمصر 3 بيو اس اي 5 اي ثينك بكندا وبفرنسا لا برا كلهم بس بلبنان لا ما كان في حدا.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Last question from Abdullah. Sorry, and then Amira.
Yeah, sorry. Quick question. Why WooCommerce? Why not Magento? Or am I comparing apples and oranges?
Yeah, Magento a high advanced platform for retailers. يعني Magento بيعتمد عليه اللي بيفتح اونلاين ستور كتير ادفانسد وكتير بيكون اكثر كماركت بليس مش كاونلاين كبيزك اونلاين ستور. WooCommerce and Shopify يعني simply drag and drop. اليوزر تقريبا 90% منهم بيستخدموا two platform to create an online store.
Okay, so but isn't Shopify much more popular than WooCommerce, like globally? Why did you not start with Shopify rather than WooCommerce?
مش كتير ما في فرق بيناتهم يعني هلا WooCommerce 900,000 شوبيفاي 800,000 ففعليا WooCommerce الاكثر بس الترند او البوبولاريتي لشوبيفاي لانه اكثر اسهل شوي من WooCommerce من ناحيه الدراج اند دروب to build an online store.
Okay.
For non-technical users.
Well, one last quick follow-up question. Shopify is mostly in North America, صح? ولا عالميا?
In Canada.
The HQ is in Canada, but it's very popular all across North America, right?
Yes.
WooCommerce, where is it popular? Also
Globally.
North America?
Globally.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Abdullah. Last question from Amira.
هاي أنا بس عندي سؤال، إذا عندك فكرة إنه في غير ستارت ابس اوريدي بلشوا يشتغلوا على similar product وين صاروا. I think كمان فوزي can answer this question لأنه بتذكر كمان شفنا كذا ستارت اب عم يشتغلوا على similar platforms إذا ما أنا غلطانة.
Not in the simple API offer that he's doing. He's actually focusing just on that as a service, not on like being a marketplace and having these kinds of features. بس كمان اللي جاوب عبد الله, most of the startups in Lebanon actually still also use Shopify and WooCommerce, like a combination of both. There's not much popularity difference.
For سؤال مس أميرة, yes في أنا بعرف تقريبا اثنين, واحد منهم e-coms وواحد الثاني صراحة نسيت اسمه, بس واحد منهم كنت بعرفه إنه بس بلبنان يعني بكونسبت شوي مختلف.
اوكي سو ما بتعتبرهم competitors لإلك او انه اوريدي صاروا بمراحل شوي متقدمه عنك؟ نو
منهم competitors لإلي.
اوكي great. Okay, thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you, Omar. Any more questions, Omar? Okay, then we'll take 1 minute for scoring.
Thank you.
Thank you, Omar. Couple of seconds زيادة. Still waiting for one judge. Okay, great. We're good to go. Our last startup, Hilal, Camrec. Hilal, we cannot hear you.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Hilal, just before you start, Hilal, you are muted.
No, I'm not. Can you hear me now?
Yes, you can go.
Okay, great. Hi, everyone. I am Hilal Marabi, founder of Camrec. Actually, I'm not trying to tease you with those images, but most Lebanese people love fried food. Unfortunately, this leads to waste cooking oil that it is discarding in the sink or in the garden, leading to underground water contamination and soil toxication, affecting our health and environment. Do you know that just 1 liter of oil can contaminate up to 1 million liters of water? So Camrec is collecting this waste oil, converting it to biodiesel, a clean and sustainable fuel that can be used in electricity generators, trucks, and even for heating. So the process, we have households, industries, and restaurants generating waste cooking oil. Then we will collect this oil and transfer it to our facilities to produce glycerin as a byproduct and biodiesel as a fuel, all used back in those industries and restaurants. Concerning the conversion step, we already have a 1,000 liter capacity reactor validated and used to produce biodiesel with the Lebanese standards tested at the University of Beirut. Concerning the oil collection step, we are currently working on developing 2 techniques to collect more efficiently waste cooking oil from household. The first one is a mobile application where the user can command a notification to command a collection. Second one is a smart collection bin where the user can go and drop the oil into this machine, and then up in the way of the sample, he will collect points. Those points can be used later on as vouchers, deduction, or even donations. So we are business to business and business to customer. Since we are dealing with households to collect waste cooking oil, that will be converted to biodiesel and glycerin, which will generate revenue as direct sales. Our market size will be assumed to be around 25,000 households as our minimum serviceable obtainable market, generating revenues of around 17,000 USD per month. 3 years ago, an initiative started between IPT and University of Castile to collect waste cooking oil and produce biodiesel. But till today, it did not take any action to penetrate the market. We have also petroleum diesel supplier as our indirect competitors, since Camrec is producing 100 renewable energy with the Lebanese standards and using advanced technology, enabling potential savings for our users. We are planning to penetrate the market by collaboration with virgin oil producers and hypermarkets through their corporate social responsibility. Today, we are asking 120,000 investment for the first year that will be used for marketing to spread awareness, to build other logistics for collection and for salaries and others, where we will break even in 4 months with a total net profit of 200,000 USD in the 3rd year. Today, we have our first reactor validated. We are dealing with 178 clients for collection. We signed 9 agreements with these businesses for biodiesel. We had 3 TV interviews and participated in many events. By end of 2020, we'll finalize our logistics for oil collection through the mobile application, and we will launch our first smart collection bin in the Lebanese market. In the next 3 years, we'll expand the Lebanese market, and we are planning to export the technology to European market by 2025. Today, we are facing many challenges due to high inflation rate in Lebanon and COVID-19, where we cannot anymore buy our raw materials at acceptable prices. That's why we are now at the research and development stage to produce biomethanol from organic waste that can be collected in the same logistics of waste cooking oil at the same time, reducing our cost and increasing our revenues by 60%. Our team is composed of myself, Hilal Marabi, PhD holder in chemical engineering with expertise in renewable energy and environment, and we are seeking for a potential partner in artificial intelligence and business management expertise. The major key to a better future is you. Follow Camrec for a better tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Hilal. First question from Tariq.
Yes, Hilal, you have some huge names as competitors. What do you think will make you dominate or win such a competition?
So huge names, you mean like Medco and IPT and others, producing petroleum diesel, not biodiesel.
Yes,
right?
but you had a slide about direct competitors,
Exactly,
and you had
exactly. So I'm not in direct competition with those suppliers, since I'm producing a 100% renewable energy, and plus this type of energy gonna create like a savings for the users. So our target market is really different from the market of those petroleum diesel suppliers.
Yes, but on that slide you had a section that was direct competitors, and I think
yes, the direct competitors. There is, as I said, there was an initiative between IPT and Investor Gas League. They tried to collect waste cooking oil and produced biodiesel from 3 years, but till today it's not penetrated the market yet.
Do you know why?
Not had any action to the market. I think they are maybe late with the strategies to collect oil, plus a lack in recent development stage. Actually, if we call back from maybe 6 years ago, there was a huge industry, Nahr al-Mod. They tried to produce biodiesel, but actually there was investment of millions of dollars, and at the end they produced soap instead of biodiesel. So it really needs advanced reactor, advanced technology to produce biodiesel, which we have.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tariq. Rami, you have a question?
Hi Hilal, يعطيك العافية.
Hi Rami, كيفك?
I see progress.
I want to thank also Agritech. We started with Agritech where we built our reactor. We had a lot of training with Agritech. I'm really happy to see you here also.
Sure, I'm happy to see that things are still moving. Excellent job.
Thank you.
Hilal, instead of going through the whole collection process, yes. I know that there's, for a fact, that there's a number of people in Lebanon that are collecting oil and shipping it outside. They ship it to Spain, to other countries to make biodiesel out of it. Have you contacted those people to see how they can partner with you? And because they have the value chain, they have the Tell me a bit about that so that we could, because I know you have the engineering behind the solution. Can we build on this?
Okay, so first of all, we have in Lebanon around 12 collectors of waste cooking oil that are collecting from industries and restaurants, not households. That's why I said that my target market are households. Why? Since I got contacted with those collectors, and actually they are paid from outside of Lebanon. And outside of Lebanon, for example, in Europe, diesel is priced at 1.6 euro. So they can pay and afford high prices of waste cooking oil. So they are buying waste cooking oil, those collectors, from restaurants at a price higher than diesel itself. So we cannot work with them. And plus, we are not in competition with them since we are collecting from households, and they are not.
But the volume from household is quite minimal. I don't know how much cooking oil there is. If there are collection stations, would it make sense to have municipalities help out in this, having collection stations in municipalities, or you go household to household?
I cannot hear you, sorry, Rami. Can you just speak louder, please?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Will it make sense to work with municipalities on collection stations? Sure. Because the cost of going home door to door could be drastic.
It will not be door to door. Actually, as I said, I have two strategies. The first one will be like mobile application. So we will have an application where the user will command a collection, like the application of Live Work Cycle, if you know, in Beirut. Actually, users command a collection for recyclables. So for us, it's going to be the same thing, but for oil. And the second strategy is the smart collection bin. This bin actually is going to be dropped in different points of the city. For example, near the municipality, or for example, near the hypermarkets, to attract more people to go and giving them more incentive with a point system. They can have more cashback and prizes than others, or even donations. Thank you very much, Rami.
Okay, thank you, Hilal. Thank you, Rami, for your question. Daniel?
Yeah, thanks. I think the idea is really good. My question was partially asked by Rami. So I wanted to ask about the operational model. but it was two parts. So yeah, how do you collect? Is this only household oil? Is there enough in the market? What are some of the barriers to get people to actually do that? Well, I mean, what's in it for people to do this? Because it's how do you, it's a behavior change here. You know, I have oil, you know, how am I gonna actually make an effort to give it to you? And then second part to the operations, you seem very experienced in what you do, obviously. Do you have an operations manager, or do you have anyone that's going to help you with this to get it off the ground?
Okay, great. So I will respond on the first question concerning the collection streams. So first of all, as I said, we are collecting only from households since we cannot compete with restaurants and industries collectors. Okay, so I know that it's really difficult to change the behavior of people, especially in Lebanon. That's why I'm using two techniques. The first one gonna be my target audience will be people who cares about environment, who will collect the oil and will ask me to go and collect the oil. The second one, for those people who don't really know about the bad effect on the environment or don't really care. It's a huge percentage of people in Lebanon. That's why I'm creating a lot of incentives in the point system. They can have, for example, a cashback or prizes, and I will be working with, as I said, my hypermarkets and virgin oil producers to help me to reduce the cost on me. So, for example, when they buy the slim oil, they can have like a picture on it. Give me back your waste cooking oil. We'll have a reduction of like 10%. So it's gonna just create a connection between the customer and the virgin oil producers, helping me to collect more oil. Plus, actually, in the investment I am asking, there is a huge amount of money.
طارق اعطيني الايكوس تشارجر تبعك بليز بسرعه شوي.
I will use to spread awareness. So there is a huge amount of money that I will use to spread awareness with my customers and clients to increase the amount of oil collected. So concerning the second question about the operation cost or operation for the producing of biodiesel, today we have only one reactor with 1,000 liter capacity. So I don't need an operation manager. I don't want to burn myself like the industry that was in normal mode. They was putting like millions of dollars there, and after less than 1 year, they were bankruptcy. So I am going slowly. I want to validate my market in Lebanon for the first year. Then I want to expand in all over Lebanon. And actually, my jackpot is not only in the biodiesel production. It is in the technology itself about the smart collection pen that I'm willing to export to Europe. This technology, I believe, is going to be my jackpot.
Okay, thank you, Hilal. Hope you answered the question. Fawzi?
I hope also.
Again, I think I might be asking something that's similar to what Rami and the others have been asking, which is, if you were to pick one thing that you believe is your value, is it the collection part? Is it the actual, chemical way by which you convert that oil into something that's usable? Is it giving it back to the other users? From what I hear from you, I think you're juggling way too many balls in one hand. Why are you going for collection and for other things? I'm trying to see if you have something that's actually of intellectual value, it's some magical formula. Why don't you just use that and license it to anybody else who can do this at a bigger scale? Why are you carrying multiple challenges at the same time?
Good question. Okay, actually, if we talk about biodiesel production, it exists outside of Lebanon. They tried to do it in Lebanon. They did not succeed for many reasons. Okay, so I mean, if there's industry in Lebanon, they can hire many researchers to go and get the same formula or maybe better formula of mine. So actually, my innovation is in the collection streams. Okay, so I'm not saying that the conversion step is easy, but you can hire, let's say, 10 researchers and they can work on it. I have been working on this from 5 years to find the secret sauce. Okay. But it already exists outside of Lebanon. So my innovation is really in the collection streams. That does not exist neither in Lebanon, neither outside.
But that's not scalable easily, huh?
It is scalable easily.
I can sell the technology of collection, the smart collection bin. It's not just a barrel.
Yes,
It
but
will
you're
be
deploying it in different
patented.
markets, correct? And it has different regulations, and I mean, the supply chain changes. You're telling me the same way you will deploy it here will be just you're just gonna move that machine or move these devices, place them everywhere else, and it will just be plug and play.
Yes.
Okay.
I already started in France with the municipality of Nevers.
Okay, thank you, Hilal.
Thank you very much.
Ghada, you have a question? You can go.
Yeah, Hilal, I'm trying to understand where the monetization happens. The collection from households,
Yes.
that will be free, right? And then is it at the second stage of will the biodiesel be sold? Could you explain to whom and what are the uses? I'm don't have any engineering background, so I'm trying to better understand this how it will be used and by whom.
Okay. Sure. Hi, Ghada. So actually, concerning the collection, so as I said, I have two strategies. The first one, using the web application, is going to be targeted for those interested in environment. So they will pay the collection as they are doing with Developer Cycle. For the second part, the collection bin, the smart collection bin, I will be paying back for people to give them more incentive to go and drop the oil in this machine. So I will be reducing the cost using the corporate social responsibility with hypermarkets and virgin oil producers. So that's why that's how I will be collecting the waste cooking oil from household. Concerning the biodiesel, so we already have the reactor to produce biodiesel, and we already have clients to buy biodiesel. For example, we have a client in Beirut Port. It's a trucking business. He have around 16 trucks that runs on premium diesel, and we don't have this quality of diesel in Lebanon. And he's facing many problems with his engines due to the poor quality of diesel. So using biodiesel gonna give him this premium quality, so he will be more glad to use this type of fuel. And he have really a big amount of need. We are talking about 15,000 liters per month. And actually, I have also other customers, like for heating. A couple months ago, I sold 250 liters for heating. And we have also other customers, for example, like people who are using heavy equipment, like in agriculture or, for example, in construction. And they have a lot of people who use diesel as main supply of energy, who are really our customers for biodiesel.
It's wonderful that you're working on green energy, which is so badly needed. To play devil's advocate, you mentioned that the household will have to pay to collect their oil, which is in itself, an extra step. So a major change in behavior to have it picked up. I understand. I mean, Live, Love, Recycle is great, and I use it. But there's a free feature, which is, makes it easier for people to adopt. For the people who, I feel like maybe the incentive system. I mean, that's going to be a big challenge to get people to sign up and actually have to pay for their oil to be collected.
Okay, just to clarify, Live Love Recycle is not free. It is paid. Okay, but they got investment from Kickstart. They got 50,000 USD, so they can offer free collection for a number of collections, not for all time, but they are back to be paid again. Okay, so as I said, this target market is going to be those people that are interested in environment and willing to do something to help environment. So they will pay this amount of 1,000 lira or 2,000 lira to help environment, and plus they will also help their system, piping systems, their underground water, their gardens, since it causes a lot of pollution, contamination, toxification. Okay, so concerning the other step, the smart collection bin, here I am creating the incentives. I am paying back those people. I am going to push them, go and give me your oil. I will give you back some money or reduction on new oil.
new version oil.
Okay. Thank you, Ghada, for your question. Last question, Daniel.
شكرا هلال. بعتقد صاروا 3 4 عم بيسألوك السؤال بطريقة مختلفة. حاسأله أنا كمان بطريقة مختلفة.
يلا go ahead.
وفهمانين عليك إنه التكنولوجي مش مشكلة، وفهمانين عليك إنه you have it clear in your mind. بس بعتقد نحن we're eager to see it, we don't see it. شو أكبر التحديات بتخلي الناس يعطوك زيتاتهم؟ شو برأيك أكبر تحديات عندك لتقدر توصل بلا زيت وبلا كمية زيت no business؟
صح. Okay. As I said أنا اليوم if I can go back to my milestone, أنا اليوم without marketing, zero marketing, zero awareness, I'm not paying money. I already have 178 clients for oil collection. So imagine with all those incentives I'm creating, with all the market I will do, with all the awareness I will spread, I am sure that I can double and triple easily in 1 month. So I'm not saying it's easy. It's a huge work to do.
Hilal, we cannot hear you. I'm assuming it's 6. You can start scoring if you'd like to. بينات ما يرجع هلال. I think the idea is clear enough to get scoring. People are coming back. We're gonna take 1 minute for scoring, okay? For the judges that just showed up, we are scoring our last startup, the NI. Sorry, Camrec. Excuse me. Since we're announcing the winners, Hilal, you're back. You'd like to re-answer the question? ولا
Sure. بلاش الكهرباء بقى انه الساعه 6 بالليل تعودنا.
Daniel, the question was yours. Hilal, would you like to continue?
Sure, أكيد. Just to okay. So as I said, أنا اليوم without any awareness, without any marketing procedure, I already have 178 clients for collection. Okay, so imagine if I can work more on my awareness and work more on the marketing, I'm sure I can double and maybe triple the number of my clients in 1 month. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's not impossible. And I believe in Lebanese people, I believe in myself, and I'm saying today, let's follow Camrec, let's make a change, let's go for a better tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, Hilal. Hope that answered the question. Now we can finalize our scoring. We were supposed to be done at 6, but so we're gonna need more 15 minutes. We will now screen a video, 1 minute about startup seeds while closing the online voting to be able to be counted inside in the scoring. And after the 1 minute, we'll take 3 questions from the participants that did not have the chance to participate yet. And after this, we're going to jump into the judges and to ask them about their general feedback or general comments for the startups in the current situation, or just to give them some insight on what they think generally. Okay, so we will screen a video now, and then get back to the participants.
بدور رجال بعيده.
Okay. I would like to leave the floor to the participants. إذا حدا عنده any question was not answered or that he'd like to share with any of the judges of the startups. All the participants, not just the judges. For the attendees, you can type your questions in the Q&A section. If no questions, we will jump to our judges. I'll give a couple of seconds. Okay. There is one question for Camrec. How are you planning on using AI in your product? Hilal, would you like to answer this?
Yes. Actually, artificial intelligence it will be helpful for me for the smart collection bin, since it can be much easier to gather the points. And also, I need this for another project, not only for this project.
Okay. The question was from Abdullah. Katra, not the judge. Don't panic. Okay.
Always welcome.
Any other questions or comments from the attendees or the panelists, the participants? All is good. Okay, so I'm gonna jump to the judges. I'd like you to give a general feedback in general for the startups, one by one. Who would like to start? Fawzi?
Sure, I can go. I mean, I love the energy from everybody, and I think it's something that we missed going through for a while. So thank you for putting us all together and for us to do this. There seems to be a common kind of estimation on behalf of a lot of founders on how much it's going to cost them to get to their customers. And every time there's a possibility for us or for the judges to try to get more info about the go-to-market strategy in particular, I thought there could have been a little bit more focus from all of the founders on explaining that and exploring that before sharing it with us. Other than that, I think, I mean, again, a lot of the ideas have a lot of potential. A lot of the founders are very interesting and quite experienced. But there should be some also thinking into what happens now come COVID-19 for the duration of this period. I mean, I would be a lot more excited to know that each one of you founders is trying to do something in the meantime right now to solve a temporary problem, even if not a long-term problem, as opposed to just doing what you currently are doing, whether it's, you know, if it's sports facilities or something that cannot be achieved right now. It would be amazing if you can focus your energy on trying to solve something that's of a much more relevant importance at the moment before you go back to doing what you're doing.
True, very important. Abdullah, as from your entrepreneurial experience, what insight you can give for the participants?
So I want to second Fawzi's point. It's a very good point. I myself have been part of many of these pitches back in the day. And, you know, I'd make these decks and, you know, the 5-year plan and the 10-year plan and the financial projections and all that. This is all a shot in the dark, guys, believe it or not. Like, suppose we had this meeting 3 months ago. Could anyone have anticipated COVID coming and killing everything? No, life happens, right? So a lot more attention should be just on, you know, making that first prototype and being crystal clear about all the details. From my background, I'm mostly interested in the team, the technical team. That's why one of the questions I asked for one of the teams was for the hand thing, the one with the, sorry, I forget the name, but
Defender.
Because, yes, like, because a lot of times people come with these amazing technical ideas, but you need to have a very keen eye for what kind of the talent pool that's available, like machine learning. Machine learning in all of Lebanon, for example, is very primitive, right? So you have to be brutally honest with yourself about your capacity, your capability, your environment, the talent pool that's present in your country, and how you can get there and avoid the mistake that most startups do, which is their success depends on their success. For example, so how we go to market, I'll partner with such and such. Well, partnering with such and such in itself is a success. So don't make too many assumptions, make very few assumptions. And for those that you make, you got to study it very carefully and start with that. Don't think too far into the future. Start with the beginning. And once you've established something, then you can build on that. That's my advice.
Okay, great. Thank you, Abdullah. Tariq, would you like to share your insights?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
I appreciated the energy of everyone. One thing is very important with all the startup hype is that people are still looking to solve real problems. You know, we see a lot of startups out there that are not addressing anything that is of you know, impact, or we just get into the hype. So I appreciated seeing real problems being solved or trying to solve. And another thing also to say what the guys said just before, you have to stay very adaptable, because I myself, when I started my company 7 years ago, we pivoted 2 or 3 times in the beginning. So we had a plan and then we did everything but the plan. So you have to keep your adaptability up and running. And what does that mean tangibly? It means that you have to, every single word or every single feedback you get from someone who's relevant to your business has to be integrated in your iterations, and then you test again, you see if the feedback changed, you test again, etc., until you reach something viable and people are willing to buy and put money on. So this is the advice I would give, I guess, for any entrepreneur who's doing that. And maybe the last word about this is that you're kind of progressing in the dark. So you take action, but you're not sure if the result of your action is going to be right. And sometimes you have to wait 6 to 12 months to get the result of your action. So you have to keep progressing while trusting that what you're doing is right, which is also could be a tough one for motivation, but you have to keep up with that kind of challenges. But thank you all, and good luck for all your projects.
Thank you, Tariq, for your insight. Daniel?
Thanks, Farah. Yes, I think I was يعني كان كتير حلو مثل ما كان عم بيقول طارق إنه there were real problems addressed here. واللي بدي أقوله إنه للكل ما في حدا محدد، بس بشكل عام أول شيء انبسطوا إنكم عم تشتغلوا على شيء، يعني افرحوا إنه أنتوا you've had the chance to address a problem, to address it, to pursue a dream. فهيدي بحد ذاتها it's a blessing. مثل ما نقال كمان finding a team is probably one of the most hardest things. Finding qualified people that stick with you and don't leave you along the way. Be flexible and humble. يعني you don't have to have the answer. Today you've had to have the answers because you're judged, but you don't have to have the answer. Always assume you don't have the answer and remain inquisitive مثل ما كان عم بيقول اللي قبلي. clarify, continuously clarify what success means. يعني شو هو النجاح بالنسبة لي كشخص، وشو هو النجاح لهالبزنس اللي أنا عم بعمله. What does success mean? لأنه making a 30% profit margin is maybe that's unheard of. It's not success. Maybe making a lot of money is not success, but clarify what success means مشان ما تكونوا عم تلحقوا شغله هي مش موجوده.
Okay, totally true. Thank you, Daniel. Rabia? Rabia, we didn't hear from you today.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay. Most of the startups here are having their great ideas. Some of them are proprietary technologies that we are proud to see, different from with new ideas. But still, the challenge here for everybody is the current situation of COVID-19. People should look at this not as an obstacle, but as a chance for them to be ready for what is coming after. The change, the disruption that's taking place by this pandemic will change the entire global scene. And this is an opportunity for such a startup. Some of them like Tap and Learn is they're gonna have a boom in this industry because everybody is going forward in the sense of distance learning. But not all of the startups that I've seen are ready to go to the market, and this is a chance for them to get their MFBs ready. One of the major challenges for them is to stay positive and to work to be ready when the time comes. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabia. Ghada, would you like to share?
Sure, and not to repeat, I agree with everything that judges have said. I'm so inspired. You guys made my day, and it was difficult for me to judge because you each bring something unique, and the passion that you have about your idea really came through. So keep going, keep learning and questioning yourself, and pushing on for your dream. The caliber of people and the ideas also say a lot about the role of tech and your ability as the Tripoli Entrepreneurs Club to act as a platform for entrepreneurs in these crazy times. So I also want to recognize that and a shout out to the tech team for making it possible for us to meet the amazing people we got to meet today. One final thought, as you continue your journey, as I'm sure you will, there will be many more pitches. And a piece of advice for those who are working on very high tech stuff, I would say try to simplify your idea, dumb it down, make it easy for the layperson to understand. Yeah, I'll stop here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ghada. Amira? Okay.
رح احكي بالعربي لانه انطلب منا باول الايفنت انه نحكي بالعربي. اذا governmental employee حاسه حالي مسؤوله عن هالشيء. اوكي سو اول شيء الافكار اللي كانت معنا انا بلاقيها عن جد رائعه وانسبايرنج لنا. بس اكيد انه many of these startups were hit by this COVID-19 crisis واكيد they were not prepared for this. يعني we can see that. يعني إذا بنجي بنشوف مثلا رح أعطي example جاد lineup he has really an amazing idea بس yet هلا هو ناطر بعد COVID-19. أنا بدي أقول للكل إنه we cannot wait. We don't know what we are expecting من بعدها. كمان هلال بدي أعطي كمان example هلال كمان أكيد بلش بالستارت اب قبل الكرايسيس اللي نحن هلا عم نمرق فيها. هلال should take into consideration نحن هلا بايكونوميك كرايسيس كثير صعبه وجايين على اوقات بعد جايه اصعب واصعب. we should take into consideration قد ايه البرسنتج من العالم المستعده تدفع مصاري تتبرع بالذات للستارت اب. so definitely we are in an exceptional crisis. Definitely we should really reconsider many of the items we are developing right now لحتى نقدر really to be هيك coping with the current situation. بس definitely these are really inspiring startups, really inspiring people, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Amira. Rami, would you like to share your insight? I think your name is Fadi, but I can tell you. Okay, no, you're back, Rami.
Back, Rami. Okay.
Yes.
What's Fadi? Okay. Perfect. So I'm the last to speak. I've heard a lot of interesting comments from everyone. بدي أقول للشباب إنه بعدهم بأول طريق، بعد في كثير مراحل رح يقطعوها. Not to be shy of asking help. Not to be shy of raising a hand to be pulled out. It's a difficult journey. With the economic situation is hard. There is a number of organizations that are there to support. So ما يقصروا إنه يسألوا ويتابعوا ويطلعوا لأنه كل شقفة من الجورني تبعهم ببلشوا بدور معين. عالم تساعدهم بالinvestment، عالم تساعدهم بالcustomer acquisition, etc. Keep on your drive. مثل ما قال قبل be humble, request for help, be open to coaching because you will need that along the way. Inspiring pitches and inspiring ideas. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rami. We still have one judge actually, Lina.
ما في شيء بدي أضيفه. يعني الكل حكي الأفكار اللي كنت أنا خطر شيء عبالي منها. بدي أقول هن كانوا amazing startups و amazing pitches ويمكن هلا هيدا الوقت هن بدهم ياخذوا فرصة إنهم يرجعوا. في منهم عندهم البزنس موديل بده شوية clarity ambiguous شوي، فبياخذوا هذا الوقت تيشوفوا how they will adapt their businesses to the changing world that we are coming into after the pandemic. ويعطيهم ألف عافية ويعطيكم ألف عافية لإلك فرح لتريبولي Entrepreneurs Club كمان.
Thank you, Lina. Thank you for being all with us today. Hello, we have the top finalists, but I'm going to leave a word for Fadi or Najwa if you'd like to share something before closing up.
Hi, everyone, again. You see me, right? Okay. So I just want to say thank you, all of you again, and thank you for your insights. Do you hear me well? I'm not.
Yeah, we hear you perfect, Najwa.
ماشي الحال. Abdullah, hi. You have a visitor.
with the mic is
She's also a judge. Yeah.
I want to thank you all for your insightful questions. Although, like most of the participants and the finalists started this journey from at idea stage. This is an idea stage program, but we were so happy to see them challenged and triggered with your questions. And I think they need to be ready for this next stage. We don't know like how things will evolve, but we need to be mentally prepared to be solution oriented and to always adapt to what's happening around us. So before announcing the final results, I just want to share two metrics from the scoring with this concerning the startups from the jury members. So irrespective of the final results, I want to say that 76% of the scores said that they would buy or recommend the service or product. So, and this is, I think, again, irrespective of the final score, this is a very good metric to look at. It means we have something valuable here that we're presenting, and it means that this is a good start, and we need to keep on improving and shaping better our products and services. And another metric is that 62% also of the scores said that they would invest or maybe invest in this startup or in this team. So this is also a great metric to have. So thank you for your input, and I hope all the startups heard these numbers because they are more valuable also than the who will win first or second or third prize. We have this like we do have the prizes, but we always try since day one of the program to create a community for the cohort. This is not a competition. Like you're creating a team of people around you who will be shaping the business environment where you live. So it's you have to support each other and hopefully collaborate one day with each other. So I don't know if Fadi want to say something before we announce the results. Fadi?
Thank you, Najwa, for putting me in this position. ما كان بدي أحكي أنا بس بدي أتشكر كل الجادجز وبدي أرجع أعيد الحكي. بعرف إنه it's not easy to spend like around 3 hours and a half with us scoring and watching the pitches, but I hope it was inspiring for you also. For us, getting you on board as judges is part of the learning process. Yani, your comments and feedback are very essential to shape the businesses in the future. This is regarding my credit to the judges. I also have to give credit to our startups. يعني بالرغم من كل شيء صار الثورة والفاينانشال كرايسيس والبانكينج سيكتور والكورونا. أنا بعرف في ناس بيسموها كوفيد 19، أنا بسميها كورونا، ما كتير مثقف لأني بس يعني بعدنا لهلا still ongoing, still يعني they're still believing in their ideas. بس أنا بدي أقول لكم شغلة، يلي بده يزعل أنا بدي أزعل منه. Okay, لأنه this is not a competition. This is you are here to build a business, not to win a prize. And this you have to look at this program from different perspective, not the perspective of the grant or the prize, but from the perspective of getting to know these mentors and these people and the network and the putting your startup on the right track. And this is very valuable, even more than getting a grant or winning a prize. ما حنروح عند الكاستمرز نقول لهم نحن ربحنا المركز الأول بستارت اب سيدز، هقول لك إنه شو جاييني من هذا الموضوع. I need the value of your product. So please خلينا نطلع على هيدا البروجرام من هيدا المنطلق. And it's never a turning point to win or to lose in this. أنتم بالنسبة لنا إنه كلكم ربحتوا وجودكم، ونحن صراحة أنا صراحة كثير تعلمت منكم من كل حدا، لأنه كل حدا جاي من اختصاص انا يمكن اختصاصي بزنس، بس تعلمت بالإديوكيشن، تعلمت بالكيمستري، تعلمت بالبيولوجي، تعلمت بكثير قصص. انا تعلمت منكم كثير. ف this is the sharing the value, sharing the learning from each other. This is the main value of this program. So thank you all, and thank you to EC team. Thank you Farah for facilitating everything. بعرف كنت مضغوطة كثير هالفترة. Thank you all the team, the TEC team in the background. This is all from me so far. I will leave it to Najwa to announce the top 4.
Najwa, do you like us كلنا نفتح الكاميراز and to unmute ourselves؟ وفينا بعتقد to clap now صح؟
بكي فينا نهيص شوي.
We can clap for the winners.
Okay. So I just want to say something. يمكن قلنا إنه معنوياً الكل is a winner, but we have a small announcement إنه all the 8 startups will receive a small grant. So مش بس معنوياً hopefully. But we'll have additional grants and prizes for the top 4. So the top 4 grants and prizes and 15 million Lebanese pound, 12 million Lebanese pound for the second, and 10 million for the third and fourth. Okay, are you ready for the results? إذا ما سمعت هيثم ما صحيح بزوم بس إنه فينا نهيص شوي يعني. Okay, so I just want to mention كمان قبل الريزلتس إنه السكورينج كان based على three main إذا بدنا نقول categories. So our scoring source. So في scoring of today from the jury. في عنا voting of today من الaudience والattendees يلي على يوتيوب ويلي كانوا على زوم, and for whoever the participants sent the link. And 2 and 3 في الvoting يلي كان من internal scoring based على الperformance, based على المايلستونز اللي انقطعت بالبروجرام, so based على progress and the deliverable اللي تقدموا بخلال البروجرام. Okay, so it's 3 main sources of grade. So رح بلش من الفورث مشان نخليك شوي حماس. So the fourth place goes to Enercore.
أنا صوتك ميرا.
Where is Mira? I don't see her. Where is Mira?
Thank you.
بدنا نشوفك ميرا.
Thank you all عن جد for the support for this amazing experience, and thank you for all the jury.
Congrats.
Bravo, Mira.
Thank you.
Congrats, Mira.
مبروك ميرا.
Third.
مبروك ميرا.
مبروك ميرا.
Merci.
It's cute to announce results on Zoom. So now for the third place, and any guesses? Third place winner is Line Up.
Wow.
Bravo, Jad. مبروك جاد.
مبروك جاد.
Thank you جميعا. Thank you نجوى وفادي والTEC كلكم على المجهود اللي عملتوه معنا.
ما تنسى تلاقي حل للcurrent situation يا جاد.
أنا مجبور إليه.
عليك الخبرية عليك.
And second place now goes to DNI. مبروك guys.
Okay. Bravo.
Thank you very much. Thank you TEC.
Bravo guys.
You deserve it.
Thank you everyone.
Okay, and now for the
first
prize and first place winner.
حدا يحط درام رول.
تبا عم تحطي لنا درام رول.
ويت
عم جرب اعمل درام رولز بصوتي ما شو حاضر.
ويت حط لكم درام رول.
منتظر. اوكي.
Yes.
If you can do it fast.
Yes.
I will not announce before the drum rolls. Is it coming? first place goes for Vision Arty. مبروك سليمة.
Wow.
Congratulations.
مبروك.
أنا هو سليمة.
مبروك. وينك؟
مبروك سليمة.
مبروك سليمة.
مبروك سليمة. Wow. Amazing.
مبروك for everyone. And we want to remind you that عن جد الكل اللي وصل لهالمرحلة, we want to support you to go to the next stage, and we're here for you, and we hope إنه تكملوا المسيرة. يعني إذا قطعتوا بكل هالتحديات, I know إنه فيكم تكملوا. So yeah, anyone who wants to share last thoughts, please feel free. فادي شو في وراك؟
بتعرفي المثل اللي بيقول بيتك على القلعة؟ أنا بيتي على بيتي على القلعة.
كرناك نزل على انتخابات يا فادي.
الصورة هيك مبين. Any last thoughts?
Thank you TEC. عن جد you are amazing guys, and عن جد يعني the effort you are doing مع هلا الكرايسيس ومع عن جد the development you're doing in Trablus. عن جد شابوبا.
Thank you. Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
دايما.
أهلا. يعطيكم العافية فادي ونجوى. This was very enjoyable. الله يقويكم و good luck للجميع وللي خسروا هلا وعم بيحاولوا يحطوا ابتسامة على وشهم. بقول لكم إنه وصلتوا لهون. You have great businesses, guys. Keep pushing forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
100% الأربعة الباقيين عن جد you guys are very impressive, so don't be disappointed. بالعكس, I think just keep going. All of you were so inspiring. So مبروك للكل.
بس ما قلتوا لنا قد ايه رح تعطون للي خسروا.
ما خسروا. أول شيء ما خسروا.
ما حدا خسر.
قصدي للي ما ربحوا.
It's gonna be حسب 5th 6 رح يكون gradually.
Okay.
I just want to remind everyone that 76% of the scores said that they would use or recommend what you are offering. So we need what you are offering. We want it, if even maybe we don't need it, منه حاجة ملحة, في منهم حاجة ملحة, but we want it. So keep building it, keep shaping it, and we're looking forward to see لوين حتوصلوا. And we're here to support you. I just want to say final thanks to everyone, and I hope this event delivered on its promise to leave you a bit more hopeful and inspired. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you لك نجوى. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Najwa. Thank you, Fadi.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Stay
Bye.
safe,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Fadi.
Bye.